All right, we're back on it. That's right, people. I'm back. Oh, we had such a good live stream yesterday. I didn't want it to end. We'll see though if we can get some more of that going. That was a lot of fun. I had a great time. We had tons of people hanging out. So, who wouldn't want to do that again? Just loaded up the new video of the metal detecting. Hope you guys are going to check that one out and enjoy it. If you're new to the channel and you're just checking this out for the first time, don't let one video or this live feed be the basis for this whole channel. Check out other videos, see the other stuff I do. It's off the wall and crazy and never ending. And as someone said last night, it's like a box of chocolates with me. You never know what you're going to get. But I think that keeps it interesting and light and fun. So we're going to wait a minute, chill, while you guys go ahead and get ready to come hang out. Come hang out with us here. I'm going to be hanging out in the Bat Cave a bit. So hopefully you guys stick around for that. And hopefully you've got some of your own Bat Cave going on tonight. It's a nice, well, let's see. It's early afternoon. We're good to go. I've got everything done I need. That guy who's hard to impress. What's up? Welcome back, buddy. What you up to, man? You have a good day today? I hope so. Time to step into the Bat Cave real quick. Hopefully you got a little Bat Cave of yourself. Who's my Alfred? Oh, who would be my Alfred? I don't know. That's a good question. Who do you guys think is my Alfred? Maybe Sip would be my Alfred. I think so. Evie is definitely my Robin because she's my sidekick, and I guess I would be her Robin then too. So, but I guess Sip could be my Alfred. Yeah. Oh, you're playing bass right now. That's cool, man. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. Well, good, man. That's awesome. Mazel tov, you know. Hi, Craig from the UK. Thanks for stopping in, bud. Glad to have you with us, man. Thank you so much. Love everybody in the UK. You guys are the best. I'm starting to not like my American fans as much, and I got some cool American fans, but America's just not stepping it up. But you guys in the UK have been absolutely the best. So that's cool with me. That's good with me. Hello, Shelly. Hello again. Evie's here. She's over there. You guys are pretty cool. You're much nicer. And what can you say about that? You know, there's nothing I can say about that. I apologize if the quality isn't perfect right now. I don't know why. Let me try doing this though. Hang tight. We're gonna break off for just a second. Shelly says hi, Evie. One second. Be right back. Here we go. Watch it off like a band-aid, and it should be good to go. Craig, Evie, I'll let her know she can. Evie, Craig says hello as always.
Hello, everybody.
She'll probably slide over this. I guess you click with this one. So click, click, tap, tap. So they were just clicking away. And wow, what an amazing live stream. I'd love to be able to duplicate that, but we'll see. We're starting off small. Happy to have 4 people. We're gonna be here a minute. So you guys sit tight, relax, get comfy. Hopefully it's later in the afternoon. You should be all done your work in the UK. You guys should all be off hanging out. Might be a little late for some of our friends in Australia, New Zealand area. Or it might be a little early morning for them, I should say. Maybe. I don't know. They're like something like 16 hours ahead, so it might be just time for some coffee and wake up. Who knows? But that's okay. UK is where you guys have been awesome though in the UK. I can't say enough about it. I really can't. We had a great live feed yesterday. I put up a new video of the metal detecting. Hopefully you guys get a chance to check that one out later. We're hanging out now. It's not that important. But I had a good time doing that, shooting that video. It was good. Hello, Mod. Glad to have you back. Oh, Craig, you're not working. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. Well, remember, laughter is the best medicine. So you stick around, and I'm going to do my best to keep you entertained, happy, and laughing so you get healed, feel better. What? Yep. Cool. It is, though, right? See, I think people get sad. Not yet, Mod, not yet. See, you jump in here and you're asking. You're just getting too excited. If I don't have one of my modders come in soon, I may just go ahead and assign somebody. But I have to go through and we'll work it. Oh, I'm sorry, Brad. I'm sorry. Why does that happen, dude? You know, at first I was losing subs when I went live, but now I'm picking up more than I have. So it's much better. And I saw you're about to clear 8K. Dude, that's awesome. Absolutely amazing, B. Absolutely amazing. But I couldn't thank you enough, man. You going live for whatever amount of time it was you did. I tried to go see the video so I could. Oh, really? Your GP said it was a tummy bug and they missed it was cancer? Stupid doctors. They don't know nothing. Dude, I promise, Mod. Stick around, buddy. You just asked yesterday and we just went over it. Patience, my friend. Just have some patience. Chill out. You know, I think you seem like a really cool person. But we'll get to know each other a little better once I have you on the Facebook and you moved over from just YouTube to the Facebook crew. Everybody's welcome on my Twitter and my Instagram, but Facebook's a little more private. And once you move on to that, then you're good to go. And then that's when I start hanging out with you. We chill on the low, not just on YouTube. So, but just stick tight, bro. Stick tight, man. You know, I got to be careful. There's a lot of people out there on the internet, and a lot of them want to be your moderator. You got to see it from my point of view. And it's not that I want you not to hang out with us and have a good time and chat, and feel free to do so. You know that you're always welcome to say that if you see something that's inappropriate, you're more than welcome to let somebody know. And by your recommendation alone, I would be fine to scold somebody on that one. So, you know, it's not that big of a deal. Well, you know, I really don't hide my name on my Facebook, but if you go to my channel, on the channel art, in the top channel art, you see all the links right there. It's not that time consuming. It really isn't. It really, really isn't. Oh boy. No problem, bud. No problem. You know, comment on a few videos. You know, that's a good way to let me know you're not just checking out my live stream just to want to take over. Go check out some of the other videos. Tell me the ones you like. Tell me the ones you don't like. Oh boy, you know it, buddy. You know it. Oh, absolutely. And there's a few people. I've got 3 right now. Brad, Ash, and George are moderators right now for me. They're obviously great guys. George I met on here, so it's not like I don't put people as moderators that I meet off of here. Mel, me and Morning Hayes should go boating dressed up as pirates. I would. Brad, yeah, well, Brad and I met under different circumstances. So yeah, I got you. We did, but we met on a different level, Brad. You know, I wasn't live streaming at the time. I don't think you were. I was a relative. I had like 50, 60, 70 subscribers, maybe 100. And you had a 250 or something. That's different. Custom Built Manufacturers was good. I liked it. Good. I'm glad you liked that one. That was all Sip's idea. That was Morning Hayes' idea. Yeah, absolutely. Brad's that famous one. And Shelly. That's who it was. Sip got off the phone with me and he was like, "Hey, I'm talking to that girl from YouTube." I'm like, "Oh, good for you, buddy." So cool. Look at this. We're like playing the... It's too early to be doing that. Brad, he found Native American facts. No, that wasn't you, Shelly. Okay, then it was the other lady then. I'm getting confused on some people. There were so many. I'm sorry. I apologize. That will be a bit... Well, if you check out my metal detecting video, yeah, go check out what I found. Haha. You guys didn't know about that one, did you? Nope. That's right. Check out that title, and it's on point, y'all. It's on point. That's very true. It'd be hard to find Native American stuff in the UK. Not impossible, but I would definitely say it would be a lot harder. A lot harder, for sure. But wow, yeah, it was an amazing live stream, Brad. You blew it out of the water with that one, bud. Absolutely blew it out of the water. People were just, it was like a flood, if you will. It just kept coming out. Mind blown. So many likes too. I was amazed that happened. I mean, look how many likes came through. There's not no chance. There's just little to no chance. Oh, good, good, good. Well, that's good. Yeah, definitely. I want everybody to get YouTube channels and we all hang out and have these little convos and we all support each other and build a good audience, build like a team YouTube. What? That'd be cool. I thought so too. Thank you so much, Shelly. Absolutely. It had a great time. And it's not that what makes a great live stream is not me. It's not me that makes a great live stream. I'm just one aspect of it. It's you guys. The way your conversations, the things we come up with to talk about, that's what makes a great live stream. It's not me. So that's what I think is amazing is when we have all these. I feel odd. Like Brad was saying the other day too about how it'd be cool if there was a way you could click on people and bring them up for a message or something like that. That would be really interesting. At of course the viewer's discretion, you could see there'd be like a box that would pop up or something. This person's trying to say something to you, and you could give them. Sounds a bit cultish. It is. It is all you guys. We are one. We are one. Sounds a bit cultish. That's actually pretty funny. I like that. I like that. That's, that's funny, man. That's just funny. I don't even know what to say to that now. You kind of caught me off guard with a good one. So, cheers to you. For the greater good. The greater good. That's funny. For the greater good. Yes. Yes. One of us. I think that was from iRobot, though, but I still like that part. One of you does not belong. One of us. Which one of you? One of us. All by the side. I don't drink the punch. I don't know about all that. Drink the punch, don't drink the punch. You think that maybe someone during that whole George Jonestown thing was just like, nah. No, they were armed, so there wasn't a whole lot you could do, I guess. There were some people that one lady said that she hid under the bed at Jonestown, or Jonesboro, or Jonestown, I think it was. Hid under the bed when they came to take everybody. I'm like, see, simple thinking. Just because it's not complicated doesn't mean it won't work. Under the bed. Who's gonna check there in a hurry? Nobody. They're just checking. Hey, David, you're back too. Nike Strangers and Punch for everyone. Right? No, that was. Well, yeah, that was also that one. That was the Hale-Bot people. The original, this is kind of dark we're getting into it, but whatever. The original, like, drinking the punch thing comes from, it was a guy named Jim Jones back in, like, the 60s or 70s. And he started this huge cult. They got everything going. They bought a chunk of land down in South America. All right, Brad. Well, thanks for stopping in, bud. You have a great night. Sorry you lost subscribers, man. I apologize. But for what you lost, I'm sure I gained twice as many. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, guys, big shout-outs to Brad. If you don't know Brad, but, I recognize everybody in here, pretty much every name, so I really don't need to tell you. Liam Neeson would check under the bed. Liam Nelson, I bet he would. He probably would. If he wasn't already using the Force, that is, of course. A horse is a horse, of course. But, yeah. Lost my train of thought. 2 points to you for derailing my train of thought while boarding at the station. So, okay. I hate when it does this. I really, really do. And I don't know why it does this at sometimes. Oh, you're a subscriber of Brad's channel. Very good, very good. Everybody here, like I said, I recognize the Jim Jones cult. Thank you, Shelly. Absolutely, yep. That's where the original Don't Drink the Punch came from. And I think the Hale-Bot people just kind of copied that, but they were, like, willing to. A lot of the people in Jonestown were not. They were like, I don't want to do this. And they're like, well, you're going to anyway. We have guns. So I guess when you look at it that way, it's be shot to death, which, I don't know. Maybe that might be the way. I'd at least run, because either... What the heck was that?
I don't know.
Always try to run though, because door number 1 was be shot to death. Okay, door number 2 is drink the punch and die. So I'm gonna go with option C and at least try to get away and hope they have a bad shot. It's better than nothing. But that was years ago. Sometimes a shot in the dark works, and you never know. You never know, right? Right. You know, it being shot hurts a bit. A lot of the times people would say yes, but not right away, because the adrenaline's going to take over and your body's going to go into instant shock. It hurts, I'm sure, but a lot of the time the shock is going to set in, the adrenaline's going to set in, and that's going to go away almost immediately, especially if it was a big one. A shart in the dark. Yeah, exactly. That's what I would say. Oh, it'll hurt like hell the next day. But you know what, though? If I've been shot and I live to the next day to have that pain, I guess I'm going to make it. So I guess, it's not all that bad. The pain is good. It lets you know you're still alive. Huh? I've been tased several times. Several times. Several times. Multiple several times. Pain is just weakness leaving your body. So when you feel the pain, just remember that's the weakness leaving. Pain is a friend. It lets you know everything is working. Yeah, that's true. Well, it depends on, I guess. If you hear the shot, if you get shot and hear the bang, then you are still alive. Well, I mean, I guess you could be shot and not die initially, but it could be a mortal wound, and then you could still hear the shot. Let's get off that whole subject. It's really weird. That was just, it was just, I don't know, Saving Private Ryan was coming to mind, and I don't know why, and I was like, let's get off that one. Uncomfortable? You betcha. This camera's doing really well in the low light. Is the lighting okay? It looks good on my end, but I don't know, it's got this kind of like blue haze it looks like for you guys. If you guys think I need some more lighting, that's fine. Then do a backflip, avoid the bullet, simple. Well, yeah, and while you're at it, you grab yourself a U-pipe, copper U-pipe, redirect the bullet towards the shooter, and all while not spilling your beer. Right into the back of a unicorn as you ride off into the sunset to save Princess Peach. Never. Never. Never, never, never. Forever, never. Forever, never. Well, of course I get it. I completely understand what you're saying. It was... We were right there. The ladies will come to us. They'll come to us. I've got that song, that Havana song stuck in my head. Have you guys heard it? Oh, I can't get it out of my head. It sucks. I hate when that happens. Then I was on the airplane, right? Flying back. Have I ever done EVP in my house? Well, I don't think we've done EVP, but excusez-moi. You can go to my ghost hunting video from last month in October, Friday the 13th ghost hunt. And if you can listen for any audio, there's quite a bit of time where we didn't. And since we were recording sound, if there was some, maybe you'll hear it. But I haven't watched all of it to know. I've watched most of Evie's, though. And we did 2 cameras at the same time, 2 live streams at the same time for the ghost hunt. But we're going to do another ghost hunt. We won't do it live, I don't think, this time. But we're definitely gonna set something up to definitely do a ghost hunt. Again. There's some cool locations around here I'd love to hit up. But thank you, Craig. That was a good suggestion. Ideas. You know, that's the kind of thinking I like. Not from the back, but from the front, forward thinking. You know, it's not just up and down. It's also left and right. Sometimes in and out. Who knows? No, that's something I've always said my whole life. I don't know why. It's just something I don't know. It's not just up and down. It's left and right, in and out. Who knows? It's just one of those things. Go to a Civil War site? Well, this whole area around here is a Civil War site. Everywhere around here. If you watch one of my other videos, I went to Fort Defiance, which is right around the corner, and it was an old Civil War base. I could go do ghost hunting there, but the problem is they closed it at dusk. It's closed dusk till dawn, so there's no way to get in there at night unless we just did a recon mission, which I'm not above that. What are they gonna say to me? Hey, you shouldn't be here. My bad. Just a YouTuber making a video. I could go do that. This whole area though is Civil War grounds. There's plenty of battles around here. Saratoga's not. The Battle of Saratoga wasn't far from here. The Battle of Bunker Hill, all that's nearby. Still relatively nearby. Have I been to 112 Ocean Avenue? Why is that familiar? Why is 112 Ocean Avenue familiar? Right? It means very little to me. I'm like, if anything, I can just tell him that I was having a PTSD moment and I was reporting for duty. The cop will be like, I don't want to touch that one. Just let him go. That's too much paperwork to deal with. Amityville House. Oh, that's where I recognize it. No, I've never been to the Amityville House. That's up in New England, I believe. Be cool to go visit it and take some pictures. Sorry, again. This is getting ridiculous. I don't know why it does this to me. But we'll try it like this and hopefully it works. Doesn't look as clean to me like this, but we'll do what we got to do, I guess. Or Alcatraz. Now, I have seen Alcatraz. I didn't go to tour Alcatraz, but I was able to view it from San Francisco, and I got to look on it. Yeah, some binoculars, or those little things you put the coins in and you can view it and everything. So I got to do that. That was during Fleet Week a few years ago. So yeah, I've seen Alcatraz, never been to it, but I've been to Pier 23. I would love to do an all-nighter at Alcatraz. That would be great. An all-nighter at Alcatraz would be awesome. That'd be a lot of fun. So maybe someday when YouTube is I'm big and I'm a big popular person, I'll go do all that. That doesn't bother me. Happy to do it. Be fun. Be fun. I'd love to stay at haunted houses, but see, I'm the kind of person though I'd try to antagonize the ghosts the whole time. The whole time I'd do nothing but antagonize them. Because I'm not worried about it. I really don't care. So it would just be too easy. I don't get scared easy. Just be calling out, just make the walls bleed. I just want the walls to bleed. That's all I'm asking for. Can I get the walls to bleed, please? Now, I've seen the old lighthouse from Ghost Hunters in Florida. It was in St. Augustine. And they said that one was haunted. I gotta trim the beard up. It's tickling my nose. I think that's what's causing me to constantly have. Feels like something's just tickling me, and it's I think it's just the hairs are getting long. I need to trim it up. Yarp. Look what's over there. Ha. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. You were looking over there. You saw nothing. Fooled you. Oh, totally. I'd have done the same thing. We were doing a haunted thing. I definitely have to bust out the Shaggy and Scooby voice. And they're like, So on the tour they'd be like, and sometimes during the night, if they listen carefully, the ghosts can be heard. Like Zoink Scoop, we gotta get out of here. I hear you, Raggy. It's time to go. Like Zoink Scoop, we'll swing by the canteen on our way out. That's good thinking. Sir, if you keep that up, you're gonna have to leave. I want it out of here right away. That was a bad voice. I didn't mean to do that one. That's great. Oh, that's great. And he would have gotten away for it, too, if it hadn't been for you. Oh, that would have been great. I'd have brought a Scooby doll with me, too. A red herring. Oh, you put the Vegeta thing back up. Nice, nice. Did you guys ever see the movie Clue? That was one of my favorite movies. You guys should check that one out. Just so we're on, I don't know, we're on the subject of meddling kids and, I don't know. You should have. That would have been great. That would have been absolutely amazing. Kicked off a tour for meddling. Tour guide Smith. Oh, and I would have gotten away with it, too, if it hadn't been for you kids. Oh, it's another mask. Old Man Jenkins. It would be great, too, then, if you could have set it up where you could have had some friends come running out and they could have been dressed as Globetrotters. That just would have been icing on the cake. Or go through and Globe... It's always an Old Man Jenkins. Absolutely. Rock 'em. Suck 'em. Puppy power. That one's hard on the voice. Dressed as Fred. Absolutely. See, now you're just getting great ideas. It just happens. It would be great if someone did, though. Wouldn't it be great, though, if someone did that, though? They did a haunted, like, ghost hunting thing, but they did all dressed as the cast. All dressed as the cast of Scooby-Doo. I would watch that show. You know, they could do real EVP and, you know, all that good stuff. But do you see where I'm going with this? It's too easy. Well, thank you. I'm trying to make you laugh. That's kind of what I aim for. Well, you let me know when you're going to go, and, you know, if we find one that you're ever in America, I'm ever in UK, and we can set this up, I'll happily go just as Shaggy. I'll trim the beard up and get the little fuzzy right there. Like Zoink Scoop. That would be fun. Then we'd have to get the Mystery Machine. I bet we could find one for rent. See, it's just... Until you get to... That was a great Scooby-Doo. I saw that in theaters like 2 or 3 times. Only because my girlfriend at the time had a huge crush on, of course, Freddie Prinze Jr. So she dragged me to it 3 times. Wouldn't you guys watch that show? Wouldn't you? I would watch it at least. I think we put together a hit series just like that. It just happened. So any people in Hollywood, are you paying attention? I just gave you gold. I just gave you TV gold. For nothing. Nothing. Just make the show. Oh, lucky you. Going to California. Just, yeah, dude, that'd be an even funnier show. You just show up at haunted tours dressed as Scooby and the gang. And then, like, when the tour guide goes, all right, make sure you stay on the trail. That's when you start, like, all right, gang, here's how we're going to go. Shaggy, you're with Scooby. Like, of course. And then Velma's going to go with, I don't know, whatever. But the point is you start splitting up and just throw the whole mess up and just film the whole thing. It would be great.
Peanuts. stop, Bobby.
I don't know if I would go as far as... What's the topic we're talking about? Well, there's never a single topic. If you haven't learned, like from last night's live stream, it's like a box of chocolates. I don't know what we're going to get. You don't know what we're going to get. We're just going to talk. Rusty Shackelfurker. I'm putting up cameras, Hank. If the government's going to watch me, I'm going to watch them. Killing's what I do, Hank. Sweet. We're just going to develop. You guys give me stuff, and I'm going to feed off of that, and we'll come up with some comedy in it, too. We'll try to make it fun. Ideas, we'll bounce them off each other. Pow, 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 like that. And that's good. And that's how we come up with some funny stuff. And if no one's going to make it, we'll work on it now. It's saved forever. I'm not going to forget these ideas. And maybe we'll be able to make it happen someday. You know, when Brad comes to visit, maybe we'll do a haunted tour, and we can dress him as Shaggy. Ash, I don't know. Get a Globetrotters uniform for Ash. I'll go. I don't know. I don't have blonde hair, so that would be tough. I guess I could get a Scooby costume. That would be fun. If I came to the UK, what car would I drive? I don't think I'd drive a car if I came to the UK because I don't think is my license any good there, first off. Secondly, I don't know if I could handle driving on the other side of the road. Be trippy at first. It'd be definitely an experience. I don't know. A Nissan Micra? We don't have Nissan Micras. But I would imagine, I'm guessing what kind of car that is. It's like a small Nissan. Oh, Peanut's nice and warm. He just laid behind me. He's like a little heater. Pretty chilly today. The cat got out all last night. She came back in frozen. What cars do I like from the UK? I don't know. I've never had a car from the UK, and you guys have different names for cars than we do. So it's kind of hard. You have an Audi A7? See, that's a top of the line nice car. That's what I'm talking about. Good for you, man. You got a nice car there, huh? Got yourself an Audi. That's good stuff. My name is Jeff. Nuberator, glad to have you back, buddy. Now the audience is starting to grow a bit. Glad to have everybody joining in and stopping by. Let's make sure we hit those thumbs up. Helps out a lot. Always remember to keep that's my brand of approval, thumbs up with the tattoo on the thumb. So that's how you know it's me. Always, yeah, there you go. Just got my little tattoo. Bam, right there. Thumbs up. That was my first tattoo. I was on break, and this girl I knew, she did tattoos. She's a pretty, I wouldn't say famous tattoo artist, but she's well known, been featured in a few magazines. Not going to say any names just because I don't know if she would want me to or not, but that was like her third tattoo she'd ever done. And it was done with just a needle. Single needle by hand. And, yeah, so my initials, JG. And, well, she's also done, it's funny enough is that when Evie needed a tattoo done, now that she's got her own shop and everything like that and running professionally, I took Evie for her birthday last year. Not this past birthday, but the one before. And she got her back piece started. So I took her to see that same girl now that she's professional and everything. It was really good. She hooked me up. Great work done. Again, can't say the names. But great tattoo artist here in town. Like I said, featured in a few magazines, I believe. Mm-hmm. Oh, I bet, man. That's a nice vehicle. Got yourself a good one there. Taxis were mostly BMWs. When I was in Iraq, all the trucks were like Mercedes and stuff like that. And it was like, whoa, look at this. Fancy, fancy. But it's different for you guys, I think. It's just the way you guys, they're not imports to you, so they don't cost as much. Tattoo fixers. I've seen the show, heard of it. I have a few that I need to get fixed. The one on my back needs to be finished badly. But I'm in no rush. No one can see it. You like Chevys? Do you? Now, when I was in California, I'll tell you probably my most favorite car that I've owned was I had a 19... You guys are going to have to look it up now because this isn't just your average car. This was a limited edition, very rare. Only 4,000 made. 4,000. No, let me take that back. I believe it was 5,200. 5,200. Still a very limited amount. And when you minus how many were shipped out of the United States and then they made a manual and automatic, I had an automatic. I had one of 2,500 automatic vehicles. And all right, so get ready. I'm going to let you know. It was a 1990, okay, Ford Mustang 5.0 7-Up Edition. I'm sure you guys aren't familiar with the 7-Up Edition, and you may be scratching your head, what's the 7-Up Edition? Well, if you go take a look at a picture, you'll see it. First on race day. I know so many of the Ford jokes. But wow, that thing was a beast. And I of course, I took good care of my baby. I bought her with 50,000 miles on her. And that was in like '09. Do I play Xbox One? I don't have Xbox One. I play 360. Your first car was a Ford Capri? My first car was another Ford Mustang, but I only had the 2.3, and it was the fastback. But it did have a nice little body kit on it. But the 7-Up Edition, they had the upgraded throttle body and they had the upgraded transmission. So it was faster than most 5.0s. And if you know anything about Ford Mustangs, the LX model always had more horsepower than the GT model. You had a 2.2 Ford Capri. Hey, those weren't little bad cars. And I'll tell you something about the Ford Capri. You can actually drop a 5.0 Mustang engine into one of those and it'll fit. It'll be snug, but you can get everything into there. And you can have yourself a little fast car. And other known secret, the Ford Probe. If you guys remember the Ford Probe, that'll take a 5.0 engine perfectly. The mounts line up and everything. As a Ford Probe was originally supposed to be the new model of Mustang from 1993 to the 94 model. But because it was leaked, what the body was going to look like, Ford went ahead and redesigned the Mustang. But since they'd already started production, they went ahead and made the Ford Probe, and they named it such because somebody probed into the company and was able to find out the design and released it early. So Ford went ahead and released the Ford Probe. But it will take a 5.0 Mustang engine in a much lighter car than the 94, which was still a 5.0. So, but my 5.0 was faster. And then I did a few tweaks to it. I tore the head. I did some tweaks to it. I had some tweaks. And, I took it down to the shop and tore it apart. Cleaned everything up. Got it nice and good. And, right? When it was nice and easy, shade tree mechanic work, right? I believe the world record on the fastest engine change on a Volkswagen Beetle was like 5 minutes, 22 seconds. Completely changed and ready to drive again. The Ford Probes are front-wheel drive, but it was originally made for the Mustang, and I think they changed the transmission out. So you would have to take the whole new transmission and redo the rear end. But it can be done. It can be done. The Ford Probe, though, was originally supposed to be the Mustang, though. But they changed it out. Made a small engine, stuck the 2.3 in, and it makes sense too because they had all the leftover 2.3s from the 2.3 Mustangs and the 2.3 turbos, so they wanted to get rid of the rest of those engines, so I think that's why they made it front wheel drive. I had a 2.3 Mustang, I had a few of them, and with the rear wheel, it just never had the get up and go you needed. Front wheel drive was a lot better with the weight of the engine sitting on those front tires, so I think that's why they went with the smaller one. And then you didn't have to waste body design. They got their carbon emission credits for having a 4-cylinder while making the 5.0 still. But then the Ford Probe kind of went out and they got rid of the 5.0 engine and went down to the 4.6. So I never liked the 4.6 GTs. But like I said, during the 90s, the LX model always had more horsepower. I think my 7-Up Edition was sitting just at about 300 horses. Just at 300 horses with a little things here and there I did. But she was a mean machine, and I had the car phone in it and everything. It was really cool. They told us we weren't allowed to drive and talk on our cell phones in California, so I raised my hand. I said, "What about car phones?" And they said, does it, if it has a cord, if it doesn't have a cord, no talking on it. I raised my hand. They said, what? And I was like, it does have a cord. They were like, no driving and talking on phones, period. I was like, okay, well, that simplifies it. Just wanted to clarify. But I always enjoyed making a little extra noise when I could, just to have fun. You know, if we're sitting out there listening to boring briefings all day, why not make it interesting? You know, just throw the presenter off. Just give him something he wasn't expecting. And it was always fun to watch people scramble like that in the military because they expect such a cut and dry routine, and when you can just mess that up, just with something little and some kind of humor. 5.2 is the best, is the beast, absolutely. Now, a buddy of mine in college, he had a Pontiac Trans Am 6.6, and he had it bored and stroked over to a 7.2. And he let me drive it one time, and just tapping on the gas, the thing got sideways. Is it 64 seconds? Holy crap, so someone's done it better and faster. That was years ago I heard that record, so 64 seconds, someone has gotten it down. Isn't that amazing, though? And if I believe correctly, they lifted it, they dropped the engine, lift the frame of the car off the engine, and move the frame of the car onto the next engine. It's just easier. Shorter distance, lighter body. That's amazing, isn't it? 64 seconds. You imagine if you were a Volkswagen mechanic, just kicking them out left and right. Get the next one in, next one out. Next one in, next one out. Rotating them through. Is a Beetle an English car? I don't know what you mean by English. Volkswagen Bug? Is that maybe more familiar? Is there? That's awesome. Well, no, not necessarily. Um, if you remember correctly, when the Autobahn was built, Hitler did say, "Build me the Volkswagen," which translates to family car. It wasn't the Beetle, but he made an efficient vehicle that the family people could afford and take and utilize the access to the Autobahn. So it was a German car. Now, Fanta is also it's not necessarily a Nazi creation because the Nazis didn't create it. It was the enterprise that was running there. Businesses are separate than that. So it was just that it came out of Nazi Germany out of the need for the sugar that it could no longer get from America. So they changed it. Not to combat Coke, what happened is that Coca-Cola was in Germany at the start of World War II, and basically when Germany started, they put a sugar embargo on Germany. So Germany couldn't get its sugar supply from America and the syrup it needed. So it started making its own, and that's where Fanta was born, out of the need for the syrup and the sugar. So that's how it started, and we still have Fanta today. But who cares? It has nothing to do with us. It doesn't affect me. Then I know. Yes, I had family who was in World War II, and I had a grandfather who was in Auschwitz. Still had his tattoo and everything, but that doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect you, and it's not what it was, and it's not what it meant. So we're good to go, right? Right. But it's just a fun fact. It's good history to know. I think things like that are so interesting to see. I'm fascinated with World War II stuff, even from the German side. I watched a documentary on it one time, and this was actually really cool. I love seeing things from other perspectives. My project has started, but I have broken legs. Oh, well, that's no good. Hopping out with 2 broken legs, trying to walk it off. But little fun facts about things. But this documentary I saw, and it was World War II from Hitler's perspective. Oh yeah, so and it was trying to should have drank more milk. So it was showing what Hitler would have thought. It was just an interesting concept to see how it would have been, how that would have progressed, and what he may have viewed as something in the world. And if you can tie together other conspiracy theories, you can put together an actual idea of where. Again, it's hard to do, but if you believe certain conspiracy theorists then would be would have to look up to Hitler only because I don't want to say, or because I don't want to get too in depth, but if the conspiracy they believe is true, then Hitler was on a righteous mission. But I don't think people have put that connection together, and I don't want to dive into it on this channel. You know, maybe someday I'll start another channel, and it'll be all about where I don't care if we talk about weird things like that. Hello, Steve. Good to see you, bud. But maybe that'll be on some other channel someday where I'll do one of those like that. And we'll have this whole thing, and I can tie together how I check. See, I like to take the conspiracies, and if there's going to be all these, that you have to be able to tie them all together, because either it's one's not true or they are true, and if they are true, they have to tie together. So I like to try to do that and tie things together to see how that plays out, and it gives you just an amazing scenario to look at. And it's just something interesting I enjoy doing. But you got to be able to tie them all together, because if one is true, then the other one, either it's true or it's not true, and if it's not true, then you have to tie to the next one that is true. How do they tie together? And then you make this nice little pattern, and you can then track everything if you do it like that. And has Area 51 got UFOs? Well, if they had UFOs there, they would no longer be UFOs, because they would no longer be unidentified flying objects. If they were there and we knew, they would then be identified and no longer UFO status. However, I do believe, do you mean do they have alien spacecraft, is what I think you're going for. But I always like to clarify. I want to clarify. So, about Nazis having alien tech. I've heard something on that as well. I've heard about that, about them having alien tech. When I was out in California, okay, I had just gotten to base. Never been there before. I'm out in the deserts of Southern California. And my unit, they're out training. And they said, look, they got a week left out there, and we're not sure what to do with you yet. I'm like, okay, well, whatever is fine. You know, I don't care. They said, because you're going to draw your gear probably in the next 2 days. And if we send you out there, you're literally going to be out there for 3 days, and then you're coming in. There's no point. And I was like, well, I agree. That just seems really pointless. So they said, well, here's what we're going to do. There's this range, this tank range out in the desert, and you're going to go guard it. How hard could that be? We're going to drop you and a battle buddy, another guy, out there, teams of 2, and you guys are going to rotate for the next 12 on, 12 off. And you guys are going to do that until the field comes out. And I'm, okay, sure, why not? Who wants to take first shift? Well, I got nothing better to do if we're just sitting in the desert. Let's get 12 over. I'm awake. I'm in uniform. Let's go. So they said, okay, go ahead and grab your gear. Let's head out to the desert. So I go grab my gear and everything, first shift. There might have been 3 teams. It might have been 12 on, 24 off, 12 on, 24 off. But I know I was out there quite a bit. It did get a little fuzzy. But we're out there. I remember it was a nighttime, and I'm out there. Early morning, probably around 2 or 3 in the morning. I'm laying there on the top of the Humvee. They dropped us off out there with the Humvee, MREs, and a cases of water and a radio. And we didn't have guns, no guns or anything like that. During the standard day of a soldier's life, you don't generally carry a gun. You generally don't handle a weapon daily in the military. So sitting out there, my buddy, he's racked out in the truck. I can stay up late all the time anyway, so I'm out there just hanging out, looking up at the stars. Out of nowhere, saw this light, pretty high up, moving pretty damn quick too, coming up overhead. But I know I'm near a military base, and now, because I'm bringing this up, Area 51 would have been about an hour, hour and a half away. Granted, it could have been closer, because I don't know where I was. I don't know what direction. I didn't drive myself out there. Every day someone would drive a team out there, switch out positions, and then drive the other team back, and I would just meet up and ride out there. So I have no idea where I was. We drove for a good minute. It was a good 20, 30-minute ride into the desert. And so I could have very well been within, a few hundred miles of Area 51's main area. Right? Freeze or I'll call in somebody. So sitting there, the light's coming up overhead, and I'm watching it. And what really got my attention, though, was when it stopped. And it stopped dead, just stopped. It made a hard left, just shot left, straight. Came back center, shot right, came back center, and then just kept cruising on like it was nothing. Just kept cruising on like it was nothing. And I'm like, okay, I have no idea. Do I call that in? No, I just got to the unit. I'm the new guy. I'm not calling. I don't know what I saw. I saw something. I don't know what it was, but I saw something. And I didn't think too much of it. And then it took me a while to make this connection. The next day, or that morning, sunrise comes up and everything, and hanging out in the desert. And for the first and only time while I was out on that mission, we ran into somebody. Some people came over the hill in a Humvee and they got out. And they weren't dressed, they were definitely military or something, but they weren't dressed like I was. And they had on khakis, black shirts cut off. They had the guns and everything. They had full weapons and everything, big beards grown. There was about 4 or 5 of them. And I'll never forget that at a left field, they're just sitting there talking with us. We're telling them, hey, look, guys, they said they needed to go that way. And I was like, look, we're not allowed to let you. This range is closed for tank fire. Granted, though, too, the whole time I was out there, I never heard a single tank round. So I don't know what that's all about. But the guys were like, well, we need to go that way. And I'm saying, hey, guys, the range is closed, is hot. You can't come on. You know, it's tank fire that way. Granted, though, what was really weird is they said tank fire was that way, but so was our porta-john that we were supposed to use for a bathroom. It was like a mile away. And I was like, screw that. We had this little fake village nearby, and I found a chair and cut a hole in it. And that was my toilet seat while I was out there, and just buried it in the sand like a cat box. No big deal. But no tank fire. Saw a light in the sky. Weird army military guy show up in a Humvee. And a Black Hawk helicopter came out of nowhere on us and zoomed overhead. And then a few minutes later, the guys were like talking and stuff. And they're like, okay, we're good to go, thanks. And they took off and left in whichever, and I never saw them again. I never put the 2 and 2 together until only like maybe a year ago. And I was like, that's kind of weird. Granted, I still have no idea where in the desert I was when this happened. I can only remember, I could get a hold of one person. And she might be able to tell me the name of not the guy I was on shift with, but one of my relief. And he might be able to remember more of who was on the shift. But he would probably be able to confirm that did happen. I have no proof. Just what I saw. Damn it. No proof, though. Just testimony of what I saw. I don't pretend to know what it was, if they were connected. But it happened. Who knows? Can't say for sure. Don't pretend it was alien. I don't know what it was. That's all I can say. Just Ash is proof of aliens. Well, yeah. Well, there you go. Does he look normal to you? Do you know how I got these scars? But that's my only UFO story. I go outside sometimes. Wow, that was really high pitch. Sorry. I go outside sometimes and I'll look up at the stars. You know, spend 15, 20 minutes just looking. Just looking. I don't think people look up enough. So I like to go outside and just look up every once in a while and just check out the sky, see what's going on up there. I think, you know, everything in the world is telling you, keep your head down, eyes forward, head out of the clouds, front and center. Why? What? I want to see what's up there. I know what's out in front of me. I've been looking at it my whole life. What's going on up there? Yes, I do have a mod. I think Brad is gone at the moment. Ash may be here, if not soon, if he's not already. And of course, I can also moderate myself as well. Like I said, bud, we'll get you there. Is there an issue? Did someone say anything I need to check out? Torches and mirrors. Yeah, I love it. Well, hey, you know, these things happen from time to time there, Steve, but good lad for doing what you had to do. Oh, well, good. Well, hey, Mod, just keep an eye out for anything. Plant Time, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Thanks for stopping in. We got a big audience coming to hang out, and I appreciate everybody. Really, really, guys, thank you. We got 16 thumbs up, 17 people hanging out. What more can a guy ask for, bud? Huh? That's what I'm talking about. Not for nothing. I like you dudes. You guys are good people, huh? Not for nothing. Not for nothing. Okay, what did do now? What I do? What I do, huh? I didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing. You didn't see nothing, David. Not for nothing. Absolutely. Good guy, Steve, you know. Adrian! What's up? Welcome back. Glad to have you here again. All the way from New Zealand. My New Zealand, you're so lucky you're in New Zealand. I would love to visit New Zealand. I've wanted to visit Australia. And I would love to visit New Zealand. You're in Ohio. OH! I'll give you a minute. I know you want to respond. Finish it up. I'm waiting. Selfless Rogue? Oh, absolutely. Oh, I'm waiting for Plant's time to come through. I know it's coming. Here it comes. Any second now. Where is it? There it is. IO. Oh, not Mod slipped in and stole it. Oh. I'm a real radical these days. Oh, you know it. Oh, well, good. I'm glad you came back, Adrian. We had a great time. I had a great time yesterday. Where in Ohio? Evie's from Ohio. He's from Ohio. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. His name is... Oh, UFO spotted over Ashfordby. I will definitely check that out. Make sure... Where's your gal? She's over there. Right that way. Right there. She can... I can relay. She's playing games. South of Cleveland. Because in the morning I'm leaving, making my way back to Cleveland.
Technically, I'm south of Cleveland.
Yeah, so she's south of Cleveland, near Mansfield, if you're familiar with that area. It's 9 o'clock on a Wednesday. Only the drunks are in. It's a remix of the Piano Man. Piano Man. It's 9 a.m. tomorrow for you. It's already Wednesday. Oh, wow. What's the future like? Oh, you broke your phone. That's no good. I would be due. I have insurance on this one. I'm glad I do. It's an expensive phone, but I leased it. And when the new one comes out, I'll get a new one. Catherine Bach's from. I'm about where Catherine Bach is from. I have no idea who Catherine Bach is. That's fine, though. Close. Burt Monroe is? I have no idea. Warren. Hey, I bought a truck in Warren. I bought a Ford Explorer in Warren. I've been to Warren. Yeah, that's not far from where she's from. It's about an hour drive. That's cool, man. So I've been to you. I've been to your area. Yeah, I bought a truck in Warren. Catherine Bach is Daisy Duke. Oh. I did not know that. The original Daisy Duke. Catherine Bach. Peanut's having a dream. Listen. Get it. Get it. Get it. When am I visiting the UK? We'll see. I just got to get a new passport. My old one is definitely not up to date. Yeah. So we'll try to get out there. I'll get myself out there soon enough. It's all a matter of just getting a plane ticket together. But we'll work it. We'll work it. Once I know I can get the plane ticket together, applying for a passport won't take long at all. Won't take long at all. So yeah, by the time I plan the trip and I know it's all good to go, then I'll just go get my passport ready and the time should line up. And if I have to do a rushed passport, I can do that too. What dog is it? That was Peanut. Butter hardly ever barks. Only when she needs to go outside. That's pretty much it.
And occasionally when she's sleeping.
Yeah, sometimes. Once in a while she'll have her little in the dreams, but not much. This guy, though, all the time. Sometimes it gets a lot worse. All right, that's hour 1 down. We're here for at least another hour. We'll see how everything's going. At least another hour, though. You like Peanut more? I know, so many people do. What breed of dog is he? Peanut is a Dachshund Beagle, correct? Dachshund Beagle. So he's a jumbo wiener. Ooh, Evie would like that. Merlin and wizards and knights of the round table and stuff like that, and witches and stuff. That's very much right up Evie's alley for stuff she would love to see. So yeah, that'd be cool. They made a movie about him. Anthony Hopkins played the lead. Did they now? Oh, that would be awesome, man. We plan on coming. We're planning on coming. We're planning. The damn Lady of the Lake. And I reached up, and the Lady of the Lake put forth Excalibur, exclaiming that I, Arthur, shall be king of the Britons. Look, some watery tart throwing around a scimitar is not a way to manage a government. I love that part. Some watery tart lobbing around a scimitar is not a way to elect a government. Oh, you people are on a whole nother level of swearing, and I love it. I've been working on my ventriloquism. I discovered I can do it. Not perfect yet, but I was just practicing. My British accent is much better, mate. And you're from the UK. Well, it better be a British accent, because I can't do. Well, I'd love to hear your American accent. And I know I'm doing... I can even dip into a little bit of Australian for you. Come on down to Australia. Now, these may be very generic voices. Boy, hold on. Maybe generic voices. But I do them as best as I can. Get it done, right? Warren, Ohio. Oh, which? A Welsh accent? I'm not familiar with what a Welsh accent is. So I'm only learning that you guys actually have different like dialects of your accents. So I'd have to hear somebody from the Welsh area, and then I would probably be able to do it. My Aussie isn't too bad. No, I've worked on it a little bit, try to get it down. Come on down, have a brew. Maybe come on over to the house. We'll cook up something nice, and have you over. My American accent is as good as my French. So, not very good at all. Ha! So, Scottish, you gotta do a little bit of Scottish, really puts the voice into it, lad. They gotta push it. Push it real good. Get in my belly, baby. Dr. Evil. You're gonna keep your money, Dr. Evil. But I'll get your baby. A Liverpool accent? I'm not familiar with one of those either. I can't copy Brad's accent for nothing. I have to hear his voice live to get it right. And once I hear it, then I'll be able to. Throw another shrimp on the barbie. Oh, a Canadian accent's not too difficult, eh? You just kind of, you throw it out there, you drag out some letters and talk, in a very polite way. And always apologize when you get in someone's way. Hey, sorry there, pal. I didn't mean to, bud. Hey there, buddy. You need to go get it fixed up, eh? Your ex was Canadian. My mum's Canadian. My mum. She's a Canadian bloke. Oh, Shayla. She's a Canadian. No, my mum is not German. She's Canadian. She's British Canadian. No, you're good, you're good. I know, Steve, you're fine, mate. You're fine. Righto. Spot of wood, chip it off. My mum's Irish. Oh, well, very cool. So you like drinking. My dad was born on St. Patrick's Day, and they says to my grandma, "You gonna name him Patrick?" And she, yeah, Patrick Greenbaum, the Irish Jew. Any good morning, Logang? Ahoy, good morning, Logue. Is there people who are Logang in here? I don't watch. I know who he is and I know of them, but I don't watch. No, we're not, Adrian. We're not getting into it. No. Enough of that. Stop it. Not here. Sorry. Not since you were mortally wounded. Oh, I'm feeling much better, sir. Not since you were struck down to the point of death. I think I can get up. No, stay here, good sir. I'm off. Right, sir, then I'll wait here, then. Oi, what's the language? Oh, Letterkenny? I'm familiar with Letterkenny. I like Letterkenny. Evie doesn't like Letterkenny. I love the one we talked about. Sometimes the foxes will come up on. Oh wait, it's the possums. The possums will come up on your porch trying to get in at your cat when they're in heat, and little red-eyed devil bastards, something like that. I don't know. It's great. Oh well, good. I had a great love chat. It's just a love chat, baby. I know what you mean, Steve. Live chat. Well, thank you. Yeah, it was amazing. I know, buddy. I was kidding. I'm just pulling your leg, mate. Pull the other one, eh? Aye? Oi. Aye. Who's the toughest guy in here? I don't know. That'd be me. Do I like the Foo Fighters? Yeah, Foo Fighters are good. Not a very nice band. Very good band. I do enjoy. I gotta stop. I don't know. I just slipped into it. Now I gotta stop talking like that. Oh, I don't know. My wife, Peanut, is. Do I like Marvel? Not particularly. Not a comic book fan. Not a big superhero fan like that. I collect the stuff, but I'm not a big fan of it. And I know that may sound weird.
That's because we're collectors of collections.
Yeah, but I don't. That's odd. I know. I collect things that I'm not fans of, but it's just how I roll. I'm not a big fan of the superhero movies at all. Can't stand them. Don't watch them. I've watched a few. I was forced to watch Iron Man. It was all that was on the plane on the ride from Afghan to Afghanistan. Oh, Red Hot Chili Peppers is awesome. Star Wars is amazing. Who doesn't love Star Wars? You guys should check out my video on my theory about the Jedi being evil. The Jedi are evil. They're the bad guys in the show, in the movies, but you don't even know it, that the Jedi are the bad guys. I heard you talking about that, Steve. There's going to be another trilogy coming out. That's interesting. I wonder what it's going to be about. Oh, that's right. You were saying it's going to be about the Old Republic, which is really funny because when you think about Star Wars, you think about the Star Wars as, being somewhere in the future. But remember, it was long, long ago in a galaxy far, far away. So, if this is going to be the Old Republic, it's going to be long, 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 long ago in a galaxy far, farther away. I like Star Trek. Remember, I'm a Trek fan as well. Dad is a big Star Trek fan, so I grew up watching a lot of Star Trek and stuff like that. See, I have all the movies with Picard and all the Next Generation movies, as well as the one with Captain Kirk and Picard come together. Star Trek Generations. That was a really good one. Really good one. I'm lost on what you guys. But what else? Star Trek's good. Obviously, Doctor Who. We do Doctor Who. I was a big Dragon Ball Z fan too. Did like Dragon Ball Z. Howl's Moving Castle. Hi, Minnie. Hi, kitty. Hi. Yeah. Oh. That's minimum. He's talkative today, huh? Steve says hi. Evie. My son loves the new Doctor Who. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the old ones. I'm not saying they're not. They're just so slow. Like one episode doesn't even cover one little mission, and it's just so dragging and slow, and I don't know. It's just hard to get into. I was waiting for the next Doctor to come, and it's just kind of hard to do. You got to go through a couple Doctors till you get to that funny one that everybody talks so much about. Exactly, Steve. My dog does a good cat impression. Well, we've worked hard on it. He's almost got it down. The mannerisms are sold, but I demand more. Smile, Evie. You're on. I believe you did mean candid, but you're on candid camera. Says Craig. Damn it, Craig. Did you guys see the new South Park? It was pretty funny. Big fan of South Park too. Love South Park. Who doesn't love South Park? I love how the member berries are really funny. Trained by the best. It's when I'm trying to get him to learn to throw his voice, you know. I was talking to Sip the other day when I was in Boston, and we were joking around. He said something about, "Oh, you're God," but that means green bomb on dope. I was like, I love it. I want to get a shirt that says that. G.O.D. Green bomb on dope. You hate is that what you guys call it? Predictive text? Give you 100, Mr. Burns. Yes, Mr. Burns. Woof, woof. There we go. Oh, I love watching Bigger, Louder, and Uncut. That movie is still hilarious. I love the song in it. One of my favorite songs in it is when Satan is singing about going up to Earth. That's an awesome song. It actually is really good. I think that song got nominated for something. We call it, what do we call like our spell check? Autocorrect?
Uh-huh.
We call it autocorrect. Yeah, autocorrect. That's cool though. See, I love learning different ways people talk and stuff in different lingos. Beavis and Butthead were my favorite as a kid. I wasn't allowed to watch Beavis and Butthead when I was a kid, but I was sneaky. I was snicky about being able to watch Beavis and Butthead. I was really good at it. Gotta be a snicky. You underestimated my snickiness. Oy vey. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that. Needed a bit of a stretch. Let's see. There we go. Peep Show. Never heard of that. What's that then? You want cake? Who doesn't like cake? I'm not a big cake person. I'm more of a pie guy. Give me a go pie any day. Peep Show. I'll take a peek at the peep show. Take a peep at the Peep Show. That's where we should go, yo. Check out my fro though. Is it? Okay, well, cool. Yes, you told me to watch Father Ted. And I'm supposed to watch Father Ted. See, when I think about things to refer people to, they're like, well, what do you think I should watch? I start thinking of shows that I watch, but I'm like, yeah, they've got to all have all of that stuff there. There's really weird ones, but same thing with movies, and people are like, what movie should we watch? And I start thinking of all the movies I've seen, and I'm like, well, I've seen all of these, so I don't know which one you would like. So it's really hard when people say, pick out a movie to watch, and I have so many. I don't know, I think we've got at least 300 or 400 DVDs. But I've been collecting DVDs for a long time. Did Evie put up her link on the channel? I think she did. Your channel link? If not, hold on, I'll do it real quick. Well, I will definitely have to check it out. Everyone keeps telling me good things about Father Ted. I like the TV show Ted, so maybe it'll be just as good, you know? PewDiePie posted a video 2 hours ago and it says, we can't let Jake Paul beat me. So I have no idea. I guess they're going at it's a view war or something like that between those two. There's Evie's channel. We've got the channel info, and I'm going to copy it and put it into the... Wow, Evie's up to 56 subscribers, guys. What? You guys are making her channel explode, too. All right, here we go. There's Evie's channel info, so you guys can check that out right there. You give that a little clickaroo, and that should take you right to it. Go hit her button, and then shoot back over here. Or go watch some of her videos, too. That's cool. Ooh, she looks cute in that picture, though. I'll tell you what. Not for nothing. That's what I'm talking about, Plant. Good stuff. Oh, well, then I'll love it. It's right up my alley, then. I loved Life of Brian. Life of Brian was hilarious. And I know that the Catholic Church, when that movie came out, they got really upset about it. And they were like, look, this isn't a movie about Jesus or anything like that. This is about a perspective of just an average guy who would be around. And I think it was hilarious. Oh, awesome, Plant. That's what I'm talking about. Am I still going? Brad's back. Yay, Brad's back. Am I still going? You still going? Am I still going where, Brad?
Still going live.
Oh, yeah, I'm still going. Yep, still going live. Running live. Live at Jive. It's 5. Brad is back. Yay. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. Always look on the bright side of life. Life's a piece of shit when you look at it. Instead, I'd rather laugh and sing and dance. Always look on the bright side of death. Oh, that line is my favorite part, though. Life's a piece of shit when you look at it. So I'd rather laugh and dance and sing and smile. But that's perfect, though. So I'd rather laugh and dance and sing and smile. Okay, I'll tell you guys a joke. When you'd get out of we'd be in the showers in Iraq or Afghanistan. You step out of your stall. The next guy steps in. The running gag was, hey, don't step on my children like that. Oh, that's funny. How could you abandon your kids like that? Right down the drain. Sorry if that got a little funny for you guys. That was the running gag. Everyone joked about that. But I don't think they were joking. That's probably what's funny about it, is they were joking, but they weren't joking. You watch Monkey Dust. No, I'm just kidding. I'll check it out. You guys have so much good stuff. You guys got to remember to comment these things or send me a message on here so I can remember. Because once I end this stream, I can't go back and see your messages anymore. So it'd be Or maybe I can. I don't know. I'll take a look, but it's easy. It's better if you comment in one of the other videos, or when it's over, just go back and remind me what you want me to check out. I know Father Ted. I have a bad memory, guys. And when I'm doing these chats, my mind's going a million an hour, and the next thing comes up, and before you know it, I forget. And then I remember you guys telling me to watch these things, but I don't remember to go do it. So, yeah. Oh, See No Evil, Hear No Evil. Love that movie. Richard Pryor and oh, what is his name? He just passed away. I'm gonna kick myself. Gene Wilder. Bam, nailed it. Okay. Yeah, great film. Great film. Oh, really? Okay. Ah, okay. Well, some adult humor cartoon. That's what I'm talking about. Did you guys ever see Squidbillies or Aqua Teen Hunger Force? We are the Aqua Teens, and like the homies want to say, and them girlies want to scream. We are the Aqua Teen. Number one in the hood, G. You like Brickleberry? I like Brickleberry. I also like F is for Family. What's his name? Bill Burr's TV cartoon. I like that a lot. Did you now? The Podination? Not familiar with the Podination. I watched Metalocalypse. I've watched the Metalocalypse. It's pretty good stuff. It's funny. I love how the guys are just like, they're all dressed like so blacked out. Brad likes Brickleberry as well, but they're like, I don't want to touch pots and pans because they're dirty. Well, then we'll just buy some new one then, guy. It's not a big deal as if we just go. Come on. Oh, I don't know if I should, hey? You guys are always picking on me. I think I'm going to go do my own thing. Come on, guys. We's never pixes on use there, pickles. Brody, yeah. Hey, guys. I like that one. Pickles is never coming to seize us sometime. Wow. And Bob's Burgers and Archer. Now, I like Bob's Burger, but we don't watch Archer. I started to. It was just kind of, maybe I got to get into it a little better. Cow and Chicken. Oh, who doesn't love Cow and Chicken? Mama had a chicken. Mama had a cow. Daddy was proud. He didn't care how. Focus. There we go. One fun day with a wolf and a purr, a baby was born cause a little stir. No green lizard, no three-eyed frog, was a feline canine, little cat dog, cat dog, cat dog. Alone in the world was a little cat dog. What was your favorite old TV show? Tell us. I want to hear Shelly. I loved Rocko's Modern Life. Was one of my favorites of all time. Rocko's Dragon Ball. Nice, Brad. Good drop. I was a Dragon Ball Z fan first, then I watched all of Dragon Ball. Whose line is it anyway? Absolutely. Rugrats! You guys are just dropping all the best ones right now. You guys have no idea. Dragon. Lots of dragon. I started watching some of the new Dragon Ball Z. It's not, the Dragon Ball, whatever it's called. It's not that good. It's getting ridiculous. They hit a wall, and Courage the Cowardly Dog. I never watched a lot of Courage. Hong Kong Phooey. I remember Hong Kong Phooey. Johnny Bravo was one of my amazing favorites. And I used to dye my hair with blonde, and I wore a lot of black shirts and jeans, and my boss at work used to always call me Johnny Bravo, which is French for Van Partible. Yeah, a little fun fact for you. And the creator of Johnny Bravo's name is Van Partible. Dragon Ball Super. I didn't like Vegeta at first, but now I like Vegeta more than I do any other character. He grew on me. Courage and SpongeBob. I didn't watch a lot of Courage, but I do like SpongeBob. Super. He's like, how many levels of Super Saiyan are we going to have to go through until Goku's like, there's always somebody stronger. And that's where it's just getting out of control, I think. I let Evie watch Dragon Ball Z abridged before she had seen the real Dragon Ball Z. And she's like, this was a kid show you used to watch? This is terrible, the stuff they're saying. But it's hilarious. But I had to explain to her, I was like, no, somebody dubbed over it. But everybody knows that Dragon Ball Z abridged, I feel, is better than Dragon Ball. Because it's the way the show should have been portraying things. Goku is a simple moron. And he should have been as such. He wasn't supposed to be super strong like that, and he was a low-class Saiyan. He should have been an idiot like he was, and the way they portray it in Abridged is much funnier. Right? I like the Krillin knockout counts. That's great. The Red Rimmon Army lives on. Oh, yeah. I wish for women's panties. And what does Oolong do? He puts them on his head. Like you're supposed to do. I got a good picture of that. I was hanging out with Sip right when we got back from Iraq, and for some reason he had a pair of girls' panties, and I was like, give those here. I know exactly what to do with them. He's like, what? You put it on your head, we drink a beer. Yep. Oh, well, thank you so much, Sean. I appreciate you stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Banana Man? I've never heard of Banana Man there, Steve. We had bananas in pajamas. Oh, I know. I remember in the original Dragon Ball, too, when he first met Bulma. Goku's sleeping on Bulma, and he pats her on her crotch, and he's like, what? No balls, no balls, and he freaks out, and what's wrong with you? Right? Oh, man, Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Those guys can't make enough. It's hilarious. You have Dragon Ball on VHS. That is so cool. I used to have all the tapes of Dragon Ball Z on VHS. And when I was a kid in early 2000s, back in the day, I was ordering them off the internet from Funimation Direct. So it was cheaper because I was into them. And I liked that when you turned them sideways, you had the picture. And you had to get all the series to complete the picture. And I used to. Even as a kid, I collected collections. Once I get one or two going, I have to have the rest of them to complete the collection. But I don't care about keeping the collection. It may not mean anything to me, but I want it complete. The original Power Rangers, I used to watch it. You watched Power Rangers, huh? Let me guess, you like Kimberly, the Pink Ranger. Well, yeah, naturally. Go, go, Power Rangers, you mighty morphin Power Rangers. Now, here's a little fun fact about that show. Did you know that when you watch the original Power Rangers, probably about 70% of that show was stock footage from the original Japanese called something like Samurai Rangers? And so most of the time when you see them doing fighting, like and the power-ups and stuff like that, and power, lightning, thunder, they were just using stock footage from the old original series from Japan, and it wasn't the original actors. All they had to do was shoot the scenes. So that was something interesting. They just had to do the Zord fights and the scenes where it revolved the kids and anything of them changing. The rest was all just stock footage. So Saved by the Bell, Screech, Ultraman, right? Oh, really? He was? I watch his YouTube channel every once in a while. He does a lot of skydiving. I forget his name. He was arrested for attempted murder. When was that? Was it? I don't doubt that it probably was. It was probably cheaper on taxes. But yeah, it wasn't. They used a lot of stock footage from Japan to make that series. So, half the work, and if half the work's already done for you, then you only have to do half of it and kick out a whole new show. Taxes do suck, but when you bring in... Oh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Absolutely. I had everything. He got acquitted? I did not know that. Yeah, he still does YouTube stuff now. I forget his name. He's a professional martial artist. See, that's why. And I think that's why when they made the Lord of the Rings movie, instead of making one and then go back and make the next one, they did them all at once just because, tax breaks were great, I'm sure. And that's why I would love to visit New Zealand, is to see the sights of Lord of the Rings. I mean, when you look at that and you're like, wow, that can't be a real place. That's got to be CGI. And I've gone to the site where you can see the shots of what it really looks like. And they didn't have to do a whole lot to make that movie look the way it did. New Zealand is beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. It's got to be a treat to live there every day, an absolute pleasure, I'm sure. They changed the tax law. I'm sure they did. Well, that kind of money being brought to the economy, it was probably great for New Zealand. I'm sure they could have, but trying to find I don't know. I don't know why they didn't. It might have been more expensive to film, and like Adrian said, they changed tax laws to have that movie filmed there. And it's so much of that. New Zealand is just gorgeous. So it was just cheaper probably to do it there. The scenery was amazing. They did a great job. Now there is a book out there. I've read some of it when I was a kid, and it's called Board of the Rings. And it's a spoof on Lord of the Rings. It's a pretty funny book. If you ever get a chance, maybe you can find it. I think Amazon has it. Maybe pick it up for a couple bucks. I did find this, though, and I promised it to Anne, I believe. And I was holding it. And I told her, she says she's big into sci-fi books, old sci-fi books. So I dug this out for her, and I'm going to be sending it to Anne. And it's called The Forgotten Planet. And this book is from 1954, and it's a first print. And I got this in Iraq, and I held on to it because I thought it was interesting and old, and it was a first print. So I held on to it, and Anne told me she's a big fan of old sci-fi books. So I got her one, and it works out well. So I think it's a cool book, but since we're here, I've already opened it. It's no big deal. We'll go ahead and pull it out and see, so you guys can see a little bit of history, so we all can be a part of it. But Anne's going to be the one who gets it. So there it is. It's not in perfect condition. Someone did write a number at the top up here, but other than that, the spine is in okay shape. It's nice and crisp still, though. See, it's still got lots of flex in the spine. No pages appear to be doggy-eared or anything like that. It's just an older book, but the copyright on it is, let me verify, I don't want to be putting out any information that's not correct. It's by a Mr. Murray Leinster, so you can see his name right there, and there's his company for the book order. And printed in the United States, The Forgotten Planet, copyright 1954. The Forgotten Planet is based on Mad Planet and Red Dust, copyrighted Amazing Stories 1926, 1927, and Nightmare Planet, copyright 1953. So this guy kind of took some of the tales and he pushed them together to make this full series of the book. But it's complete and everything's there. So like I said, Anne said she was into these, and I was like, well, happy to. I've got one laying around. And yeah. Well, what does it say here? Ace science fiction classics now include the following distinguished novels: City by Clifford D. Simark, The Island of Dr. Monroe by H.G. Wells, Brigands on the Moon by Ray Cummings, When the Sleeper Wakes by H.G. Wells, Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne, and The Greatest Adventure by John Taine. Ask your new dealer or purchase directly from the publisher for 35 cents per copy, plus 5 cents shipping and handling, by writing to Ace Books, New York. So, yeah. The back does have a little bit of wear on the spine, on the back cover, but the cover art, I think, is absolutely amazing. It's so blocking it. I'm sorry. There you go. Some cool cover art there. And, yeah, we're going to hook Anne up with that. So, yay! Now, I do have another book, though. It's a sci-fi book. And it's not a first print, but it's a 1936. That one I keep, and that's put away somewhere special. So that one doesn't come out very often, and that's actually, I don't keep that one on hand here anyway. But it's an old sci-fi book. I think the price tag on it was 5 cents. And that's been put away somewhere safe. It's an old book, 1936. That's coming up almost on 100 years old. Soon enough. It's in the 80s, I believe, right now. But yeah, so this one's for Anne. So happy to hook her up with that. Wonders of the Universe. I've probably seen them. Probably watched it. I've watched a lot of stuff on space and the universe. I've got tons of DVDs on the universe, galaxies, planets, stars, magnetrons, quasars, all of those good things. Magnetars, quasars, pulsars, all that good stuff. All right. Whew. We're having a good one today, I'll tell you what, guys. We're in a computer simulation. Well, if they said with science that they've shown that there's at least 16 dimensions, and if we are in the third one, then we have to be a product of the other dimensions, which by the standards would be, for instance, like a computer is a two-dimensional universe. It really is. And it's run and controlled by a three-dimensional being, us. And that kind of like goes back to, remember that show Reboot? So it kind of goes back to something like that. But then you've got, that would mean the fourth dimension is something manipulating us in a certain way, but since it would be a different way with time, they would manipulate time to manipulate us. So they'd be like kind of watching an alien ant farm, if you will. And they can control the time back and forth and watch it as they please. And then there would be something above them who would be manipulating something above their dimension that we don't understand because we're not in the fourth. And so we could definitely not understand something in the fifth. And so on and so forth. But that would boil down to essentially that I think it did come down that we are a simulation. Is what it all eventually works itself out to. So this isn't happening. In the simulation, I just changed a 0 to a 1. Back to a 0. Now it's a double 1. Oh, what's going on there, Daniel Chronic? Sippy D. Sippy D can't count to 3. 1, 2, fuck you. Never get in a fight with an Italian. They fight dirty. Cipollone fights dirty. Oh crap, I said his name. Sip fights dirty. Oh, yeah. Jews do the same thing. We talk with our hands. Yeah, I don't know why this is talking with your hands. It's like the fastest hand claps in the world. Your brother lives in Milan. Oh, that's awesome. Lex, what's up, bud? Thanks for stopping by. With his wife. Well, it is nice. It's very nice. I've never been to Milan. That would be cool to go see. Oh, LA Beast is live. Hold on. Well, maybe we should jump over and say hi. Oh, wow, this is cool. Oh. Hold on, I'm going to comment too, let him know. I'm live too, Beast. Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, look at him. He's going live. Good old Kevin. You guys have never seen the LA Beast. He's funny. We'll watch him for a second. He'll never see that in time. He's already got 487 people watching. Bam, he jumps right on it just like that. He's a very popular guy. Very popular guy. Over 500. He's over 500. Wow. That's how he goes, man. Great stuff. Be cool if he'd jump over one day. Maybe not. I think he may. He used to be one of my subscribers. I don't know if he is there anymore. I think he is, but he's hidden the status. So... So, well, we're done. We're not going to focus on him right now, but good to know. Oh, that's funny. Why don't you have both? Why can't you have pizza and cake? Pizza and cake. It's the way to go. The way to go, Spaghetti-O. Oh. Who doesn't like SpaghettiOs? Everybody loves SpaghettiOs. Woo! Brad is still back. Pizza, cake at the same time. If you guys go over to LA Beast's live stream, you tell him that Jay Greenbaum sent you. Definitely. We'll flood his live stream with plugs of mine. That's wrong. I shouldn't say that. Don't do that, guys. I was kidding. I do that on my own. It's not weird when I do it. No, I'm not. Hey, once you guys, I put it out there and retract it, what you do with it from there on, that's out of my control. I have no say over that. I just put things out there. Don't listen to this one. Why would you trust me? You just saw me hit the pipe. Why would you listen to what I say? Who's the fool? The fool or the fool who follows the fool? Oh. We all know that Brad's the mod because you see how it's got the little screwdriver next to his name? We'd all see that. Brad has the power. He's like the He-Man of my... Daniel Chronic, guys. That's Sip from the videos, if you guys haven't noticed. Sip, I also loaded the magnet fishing, the metal detecting video, which was amazing. I had a great time doing that, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. No, Sip, we've already discussed that. We're not getting back onto that one. We've said, stop it. What? Sip's trying to do the German conversation again. We're not having that. No, we're not. Oh, it's Lex's birthday today. All right, everybody, happy birthday, Lex. Yay. Happy birthday to you. Just be glad you're not a Jew. But we're not having that, mate. We're not having that. We're not having it. Not having it.
He's calling you a German Jew too.
He's calling me a German. We're not having that. We're not having it. Not today. Not
you
today.
Are.
What? You stop it too, lass. I'm not going to have that lip from you today. Not today. Not today.
It's an everyday.
That's right. Sip's birthday is Saturday, and I was going to try to take the trip and time it so I was going to be there for his birthday, but I was too excited, and I got a good deal, so I took off when I took off. But, yep, Sip's birthday. Now, 1 year for Sip's birthday, he was living with me for a while. And for his birthday, I got him a pendant of St. Jude, right?
No.
St. Mike, Who was it, Sip?
The saint of all lost causes.
I forget what it was. I got him, he was the patron saint of lost causes. So I got that for Sip as a birthday gift.
Does he even still have
But it was, oh yeah, he still has it. It was really nice in sterling silver. I don't know. Maybe Sip doesn't have that. He might have it somewhere put away. He had it on his push board, so I would imagine he still has it. He still has it. Oh yeah, for Sip's birthday in Iraq, I gave him a muffin with a lit cigarette in it. That was all I could muster for a birthday cake. But I was thinking about you, buddy. I was thinking about you. Yeah, who doesn't want a muffin and a cigarette? Happy birthday. I just didn't think it was right for someone to go without their birthday and not get something like that. Jeremy's buying. Yeah, Steve, pick me up a bag of crisps. Or Crispies. You've got a guy where bro needs you. Well, be brotastical. You are so fantastical. Cause you know that Brad is high. He's the biggest fan. He'll follow me if I don't want to. That's what someone needs to play. Ash. If Ash sees this, next time Ash and Brad go filming, someone needs to play the music paparazzi in the background over Brad's video. That would be funny. I'll follow him until they love me. That would be funny. Or do it to Ash. That would be funny too. Either way, that would be funny. And if they don't think so, well, I'd laugh. Here.
Come here, Peanut. Come here, buddy.
Someone wants to give you attention, Peanut, and now you don't want to? What?
Peanut.
Okay.
Come here, Peanut.
I thought you already were a mod, though. You already told me you were. I thought you were set up, bud. I thought you were good to go. Patience isn't your strong suit, is it? Because, Piper's around here. She got out last night. She ran away and then came back this morning all covered in dew and cold. Serves her right.
And she's been laying next to me the whole time.
Yeah, she's next to us, Evie. Sip loves that cat. Daniel, oh, dang it. Sip loves that cat.
What's his name on there? Daniel Chronic, right?
Daniel Chronic, yeah.
So you can say
Daniel Chronic, he loves that cat. Yeah, that's true.
Peanut, stop.
Hak moet jetzt, mein Hund. Hak moet jetzt.
Come here. Come lay down. Over here. Peanut, over here.
Who's Tyler? Tyler Durton?
What?
He said, no one mod is obviously Tyler. I don't know who Tyler is, though. So I'm assuming Tyler Durton. Me.
Lay down.
Oh, you're Tyler. Oh, okay.
Lay down, Peanut. Peanut.
Well, yeah, like I said, Tyler, you got to be patient, bud. And an hour and 50 minutes is not patient. Hello, the clan outgoing. Brad had to go, but I'm still here hanging out with you guys. He had to go help another buddy out. He's a good guy like that, I would imagine.
Lay down.
Never met him personally yet, but someday soon, huh? Yeah.
He's related to me. He can't be that bad.
Yeah, it's Evie's cousin, so, you know, you're getting the next best thing. Or probably the better thing, better product. See, I love how everybody knows each other on first name basis is here, too. That's awesome.
Peanut, come here. Peanut brittle.
Well, it's not just as easy. You really want to? Why? Why do you want to be a moderator on my channel so bad? Why? You should be like begging PewDiePie. Let me be a moderator on his channel. It's just odd that you want to be a moderator so bad. I'll tell you what. I'm going to subscribe to your channel right now. I just subscribed to your channel. So how about that for now? Baby steps, baby steps. Baby steps. Your first name is private. Whatever, Sip. I outrank Sip and he hates it. He hates it. He hates it with a passion that I outrank him. He knows I outrank him. And he hates it with a passion. So much so. Because he always outranked me. All the way through the military, he outranked me. And then at the very last little bit, I outranked him. And he hates it. He hates it. Ah, okay. Cool, cool, cool.
Peanut, go lay down.
Okay. But, well, I'm glad you come by and hang out, but like I said, but just hang tight. Oh, just hanging out, man. I appreciate you stopping in. Always a good day when everybody comes by to say hey. Adrian! Well, I'm right now. I think we got a handle on it. We're good to go. We are good to go. So, yeah. You still haven't told me why you want to be a mod so bad. What in the world was that? What does a mod do? Basically, they would work on my behalf if there's a message that I don't want displayed. That they can have the message removed. They're able to put someone's chatting privileges in timeout, and they're able to kick somebody from the chat. That's it. I'm also able to do all of that from right here. Got a setup. I'm sure she is somewhere. Probably just getting out of school right now, Sip. Our next door neighbor. Good kids. Right, but it makes you look more in charge. Why are you obsessed with being in charge? Charles is in charge of our day and of our lives. Well, I was disappointed in it there. I was really hoping for more of a reaction. I do know that the Coke reaction with, I guess I shouldn't say Coke, but the reaction, it's supposed to be better with Diet, and it reacts differently with the candy coating on the mint ones. So I just wanted to see if there'd be a reaction. Maybe if they're never going to make Crystal Pepsi again, but I guess I won't be able to get a 2-liter and test that one. And I won't be able to get Diet Crystal Pepsi. So I wanted to see. I do believe so as well. I do believe so. A guy who was hard to impress. I think you nailed it right on the head. Yeah, pretty much you got the correct response to it. But, I think like the only way to figure something out was to do it. We did it. Now we know. And we're not going to waste any more time with that one. Now we know. Exactly. Right here, buddy. You and I. What year were you born, Maud? Shut up, Daniel. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, the watermelon video was that was the beginning of Juice Wars. The way that started was I just always wondered, Tatanka, Buffalo, Tatanka, Lieutenant. That just started with I wanted to see. I was like, I always joked around and said, what would happen if you dehydrated a watermelon? And I said, well, what would happen if you boiled watermelon juice down? I mean, it's just water, right? And so it should be nothing. So, so I went ahead and boiled some up and drank it. Brad and I had just become friends on that one. And we hadn't been friends super long. And he was like, dude, what in the world possessed you to want to do that? And I'm like, I don't know. That's just me, Brad. He was like, I like the way you think. You mind if I try it? Go ahead if you want to. And he makes plenty clear reference to me, and I, as always, am very grateful. You're 35. So he went ahead and did it, and as he says in the video, it was right mingy. And it was terrible, tasted terrible. And that kicked off the Juice Wars. And then I think Brad, I don't know how that one went. The garlic snow cone was interesting. I love how Brad did the hot pepper one. His editing in that video was absolutely phenomenal. Top shelf. That video I was sure was going to make like 1 million views. He did some really funny editing. The way he did the cut arts and the clips and the whole persona of the video. And the tone that he set with the way he did his video on that was just absolutely perfect. And then the way he wrapped up the video at the end was a little bit back to what we're usually familiar with, and I thought it was just an amazing, amazing video, and I was very pleased with the way that one turned out, and I had no such quality of editing in mine, and yeah. Like I said, the day I can get Brad, Brad and I can work out with stuff to do on a budget. He's got amazing, not only does he make amazing videos, and he's got an amazing talent and a personality, he's got an amazing talent for working the editing, which I do not possess. Once I'm taught, though, I might be better at it, but I have to be shown something, learn it, see it, do it, and then that's the way it works for me. But I think once we could get him to America to combine videos, and we work with a budget on what we want to do, we're gonna come up with some amazing stuff. I've already had amazing ideas. It's just getting the stuff needed together to do them, and yeah, I could come up with some fun stuff to do. Oh, I would love for you to get 1 million subs for your birthday. I would love for you to get 1 million subs on your birthday. All right, he's back. That's Stokey lad. Glad you're back, mate. Thanks for stopping in. Boy, everyone's coming back. I thought the stream was going to die out for a minute, but nope. Everybody's rallying and coming together. Thank you so much, everybody. Big thumbs up to you guys. I wish I could thumbs up to you guys. There should be a rating system for how, as a person, as me being on the channel, what I think of you guys, because I would give you guys all 5 stars. Some of the best people come over here and hang out from Brad's channel. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry there. I'm no mod. If that's what it was all based on, was if you're not going to be part of the team here hanging out, then and it was all just based on what I can do for you, that doesn't seem like a very balanced relationship going on, and you seem a little pushy on it. So I do apologize that you feel that way, but I'm no way sorry. Oh, it's all cool. I don't know what happened. I lost connection, but I came back with a stronger connection, so that's good. So I'd rather have a good, strong connection and have gotten interrupted than continue with just an okay. So, yay, it's back and much clearer, but we lost a bunch. I wouldn't say so much that, Ms. C. A little pushy. Brad did come on and let me know that that's a troll, and he's always trying to do that on Brad's channels where he wants to be a mod so bad. And, hey, okay, that's fine, but you can't be, you're a little pushy on that, man. And that's just not cool. That's just not cool. I told you be patient, and you still push the envelope on, and I've asked you politely. Let you know, give it some time. But your insistency and your haste is what makes it nervous about the situation. And that's all I'm letting you know is, no, we don't need to block him. No. He hasn't really done anything, and I think we've handled the situation, and but no more of that then, huh? We'll talk later. You can hit me up on Twitter. It's the best way to get a hold of me, okay? hit me up on Twitter, or you can hit one of my pictures up on the Unique Drink Guru on Instagram. I don't understand either. It's just generally you pick someone who's going to be a modder who's going to be coming to most of your live streams. So, Brad is usually at one of my live streams. George is usually at most of my live streams. Or Ash is generally at most of my live streams. So, and these are guys I trust. Not that I don't trust you guys, but, you don't need to flood the market either. I don't need everybody being a moderator, and it would just be utter chaos at one point. But having a few people strategically placed in the audience is exactly what we want for. Not an oversaturating, or it loses its purpose and its meaning. Right? Right. But whoa, we got 20 thumbs up. You guys are the bestest. Oh, that's not old at all. 40? See, when you girls think like this, and I'm just going to tell you something, just this, and this is just speaking as a guy, okay? All right, you're like, oh, I'm 40. Okay, I'm almost 33, all right? So you're only like 7 years older than me. So think about it. When I was like 16 or 17, you were that hot 24 and 25-year-old girl that all the guys my age were like, whoa, look at that hot chick. Just because you're older, don't let that mindset leave you. Those guys who were still that age probably will still find you hot and remember you from high school and be like, wow. Oh, wow, look at her. I remember her. So don't sell yourself short thing. I'm just 40. That's no way to think. Use your insight typing. See, I've always typed with the capital letters because it's easier to read. I've done that since web TV. Oh. Yep. But it is, I don't know. Reese. Oh, we got everybody. Reese's peanut butter cups are awesome, aren't they? They're the best. Steve. Super Steve. Super Steve. You're not old. You are old, Daniel. You're like dust. Daniel goes to jizz and just gets a cloud of powdered cream. Goes to put an IV in his arm, you just hear the air release. He's all, yeah. Carb. Don't get me started. You don't even understand, Sip. You don't get the point of that. I'm just saying, Sip. You breathe carbon. So, yeah. Yes, Sip. It is. It's carbon. All right? You breathe out 2 pounds of carbon per person per year. All right? So, if you're going to do that and you want a carbon tax, well, then that's probably the first thing you should tax is put a tax on carbon on people. So there you go. And, that would drive down the birth rate, and then we get that population back under control. See? It's carbon. You're titanium. And trees love it. Well, yeah, I'm saying, that's what I'm saying, is I don't think that there's an issue. But see, I don't think that there's an issue with that, but if people who want to scream about the environment, the environment. All right, 7 billion people on this planet. Each of us breathe out 2 pounds of carbon, exhale 2 pounds of carbon a year each. That's 14 trillion tons of carbon. No, not tons. That's that's 14 tons because it's times 2. So 14 tons of carbon, a trillion tons of billion tons. Dang it. 14 billion tons of carbon per year for breathing. So that's what I'm saying is I don't believe it, but if you want to look at it, well, there's your biggest number one issue right there. It's not cars. These people, there you go. Everything has a carbon footprint, and if we think that we're so arrogant that we can affect this planet in a lasting manner, it's a recycling planet. Because I was thinking about it. I was like, look, if there was If this planet didn't recycle itself, shouldn't we be like knee deep in poo by now? By now? Yeah, let's just do that. Yeah. See, it's my theory is that oxygen, the government has you addicted to it. Yep, you're addicted to oxygen. They got you hooked. You can't go without it. Try to go a few minutes without oxygen. You start getting headaches and blurry vision and pain in your chest. It's because you're addicted to it. And they got you. They hooked you. Sip knows what I'm talking about, don't you, Daniel? What's the question, Daniel? That's always been my theory. But of course I'm joking with it, but I love putting out things like that are funny. Like, when I was in Afghanistan, I started my own religion just to see if I could do it, and it kind of caught on. I haven't heard much about it. I've only seen somebody else. Who gets the money? What money? Even a diamond is made of carbon, yep. That's what I'm saying. Shouldn't there be poo everywhere? We should be ankle deep in poo. What's the question? Who gets what money, Sip? Who gets what money? What are you talking about? Tax on carbon. Who gets the money? It goes back into fund things. Pay for stuff. Duh. More roads so we can produce more carbon. I don't know. You put it to like fix schools and stuff. It's driving me nuts sometimes when that does that. I apologize. Remember, guys, if it cuts out and I haven't said goodbye, it means I'm going to be back. I don't know why. It says the app stalls or something. Reverse breathing. Dum 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 dum. Well, we have something that does that. That's called plants. Plants love it. But did you ever see the episode of Futurama where they're like, we got to plant a ton of more trees, and they plant so many trees it sucks up all the carbon, produces too much oxygen in the atmosphere. The atmosphere now becomes flammable, catches on fire, burns up the atmosphere, and everyone died anyway. It's a balance. It's very fragile. I think that's why life does exist in the universe, but it takes very certain special conditions and it doesn't last forever. So it's either get out or the species fails. You got to learn to get off planet. That's the key. Get off planet is the key to survival of any species. They should just send me to Mars by myself. Or maybe I could take Evie. That'd be great. Send us to Mars. Stream us Netflix. Whatever that's going to cost. I mean, that's not a whole lot. And I will go into a special room and burn every day and release carbon into the atmosphere. Okay? And send me a bunch of this. You just rocket it to me, by the bundle. I'll eat with the dry food. That's fine. And I'll just sit there all day. And I'll make carbon to go into the atmosphere to hold in the oxygen and then to warm the planet, melt that, release more CO2. More CO2 is released, holds in more heat. The planet warms. We'll find a spot where there's still magnetic protection left, and we'll set up a colony there. Done. Bam. Bam. I got it covered. Got it covered. And here's what I thought about doing. Check this out. Why has nobody thought about this or isn't doing it? You send up something like a septic tank that's got the microbes in it. So as everyone poos into the tank, it's going to create microbes are going to eat the poo and release methane gas. And while it's a dirty flame, it will still burn, and you should be able to get some kind of fuel or heat or electrical out of it by pooping. By pooping. Absolutely, Sip. See, everyone should... See, maybe we can do that. You get carbon points. Do you own a car? You take this many carbon points. Oh, you shot a deer this year. Well, one less animal breathing. That's a carbon point up. You got to remember, if we breathe out 2 pounds of carbon each year, what do animals breathe out? Huh? So technically then when big lions, and everyone's like, the lions are dying, it's a terrible disaster, we're losing a great animal. Technically a lion breathes out probably more carbon. I saw Cody's lab do the one where you can get, he made gunpowder from pee.
But see, though, so look, there's fuel and poo. So if there's fuel and poo, then you just send me to Mars, a couple of my people. Daniel will probably come. Sip, you want to go? As long as he's got hockey being streamed, stream us a little bit of TV, and we'll go make carbon on that planet like crazy. I bet if you planted pot plants on Mars, and they would probably do well without, once you shield them in some way from the rays, I bet you could make it happen where you could do something that would, like a metal coating on a glass that would block out some of the rays and allow a plant to flourish inside a controlled greenhouse or something like that. And it would get the rays it would need. There would be a filter in oxygen, carbonated air, and high carbon air, CO2, and release the oxygen out. And you could release oxygen and build heat at the same time as we burn the plant. See, I think that could also fix it. So that would be a good plant. You burn the plant, everyone gets a good time there. And you put CO2 in there, but you're also producing clean oxygen to trap underneath it. So you're creating layers. You're creating an atmosphere. Now, the whole point with the magnetic field, we can't do anything about that, but we can do shielding. And what we also could do is there are magnetic spots. And you could do underground between the magnetic spots, build like cities in between. There'd be a lot of dead space, but, once you get the suits done right, we could have a really cool dirt bike hill. That's funny. That's funny. There's another boom. I think Fort Campbell's firing something. Keeps hearing booms. It's got to be Fort Campbell shooting something. They do that sometimes. I like when I see the helicopters from the base flying over, and I'm looking up and I'm like, that guy's at work. Just things like that you think about. You see an airplane up there? There's somebody up there on the clock. Out there, grinding it out like everybody else, but he's at work. It's just funny to think about. I don't know. At least it is to me. Do I miss the Army? At times. There are parts of the Army I miss and parts I don't miss. I didn't like Fort Campbell, but I liked my first duty station. It's your awesomeness, Sip? Is that what it is? Is that what it is, Daniel Chronic? It's your awesomeness. It comes through in a thundering roar. Is that what it is, huh? Huh? You don't know nothing. I'll smack you. He goes hunting. He never gets anything. He got a deer. What? You've been hunting like for 5 years. You got one deer? No, I think you got three. Three, I would imagine, to be honest. How long? I'm never a civilian ever again. I'll always be a soldier. But how long have I been out? I got out in 2013, the end of 2013, so 4 years now, just past 4 years. Out this weekend. That's funny, huh? Sip's funny. He's a funny guy. Yeah, I've been out about 4 years, Miss C. I miss hanging out with Sip in the Army. That part was great. We always had. I want you guys to know, we got in some trouble, but we were also. I have been to Fort Bliss there, David. I lived there for a few years when I was a kid. My dad was stationed there, so I've lived at Fort Bliss. 63. It's 5379 Collins Drive. Yeah. What? Well, can I tell you what? Let's see. Cool. Sounds like Evie's having a poop. No? I don't think so. Can I tell? Whoa. John J. Greenbaum. Who's that? Where did you see that? Where'd that come from? That guy hard to impress? John J. Greenbaum. About being in trouble? Oh, we always got into... Daniel got into some trouble... Oh, really? His name was John J. Greenbaum? Nuh-uh. In El Paso, Texas? Yep, I lived in... It wasn't in El Paso, Texas. We lived on base. So, I was on Collins Drive. If you ever look it up, I'm sure it's still there. When I lived at Fort Hood, I was at 6330... 6334-1 31st Street, Fort Hood, Texas 76544. Someone should write a letter to that person and be like, I saw a guy who's on the YouTube and he lived at your house before you did in Chaffee Village. Yeah, mischief. We got into mischief. Oh, I don't know. We made adventures. We would always get off post whenever we had an opportunity. I've never been shot, so I wouldn't know. My injury was non-combat related, which surprisingly is more kind of injuries that happen. That was a funny one. We're coming through the gate one day, and we pull up to the gate, and they have a guy who stands at the gate to get on base, and he has to check your IDs. And he goes, good evening, gentlemen, your IDs, please. And I turn to him and I go, you don't need to see our IDs. These aren't the droids you're looking for. The guy goes, what? I'm like, nothing, man, never mind, here. I tried to pull that at Campbell, and the guy pulled me out of the car. He's like, you can't joke about that. I'm like, dude, chill out, it's Star Wars. We don't joke like that around here at the 101st. I'm like, I can see that. Train the Force, huh? Air Assault. Train the Force. Renegades. Los Cruces, New Mexico? Okay. I had family from Arizona. I visited Cloudcroft in 1989. We went to Cloudcroft, New Mexico for New Year's, and that was a lot of fun. I remember that back in the day. Too serious for Star Wars. I'd never make the cut. LOL. Ha. Who doesn't love Star Wars? Everybody loves Star Wars. Only Daniel's the only one who can get away with that, and I'm not gonna pull it down because it's Daniel.
Yeah.
He's just a crazy guy. Let's see. Something else. Gate guards don't. What's some other kooky stories? Sip and I got into we were always up to something, going somewhere, or doing something, and stuff along those lines. Always. We can talk aliens, shoot it out there, I'll read the messages, and we'll go with it. You want to know what I think about that? I think we're all stars. You're made of stardust. That's exactly what you are. You are the remnants of an exploded supernova. And when the star got big enough, alright, and the last bit of hydrogen burned off and turned to helium and became a red giant, and when the helium burned off, and it finally got to a point where the element iron formed from the fusion of these elements, the star collapsed on itself. And when it collapsed on itself, if it was big enough, we would get rare earth elements formed at the core, iron, and then you go into nickel, cobalt, and platinum, and gold, and silver, all of those heavier elements. And then when that happens and it finally gets to iron, the star explodes. And all the carbon and all of that, the hydrogen and oxygen, all of those elements are formed, and they're spewed out in different levels. And it goes everywhere, and eventually a form of it clumped together. And that was the carbon that made you. Because there's no new carbon on this earth, with the exception of some meteorites and whatnot. There's really not a whole lot of new carbon, nor is there any more new water. All the water you've ever drank before has probably been drank by somebody else at one point at another time. Shut up, Sip. You think you know something, Sip. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. I want to ask if I need to know about hockey, I come to SIP. Or if I want to know how to roll a big spiff, I come to SIP. This is just simple science. But I think it's really interesting that if you look at like a star, that it looks just like a human eye. It's like, well, why wouldn't it? Of course it does. Planets move around something bigger the same way electrons and protons move around an atom. And it's just, things aren't different. Do you ever see that thing where it's if you look at a pattern and you zoom in constantly on a pattern, it's the same pattern over and over and over again? And is it
Like
no...
a kaleidoscope.
Like a kaleidoscope. Is it no wonder that you look at an atom and it's got a center body with orb things going around it, and then you bring that up and then you get people on that are made up of these things going around in a circle around a bigger body, and then we get out into space and it's nothing but balls of gas and rocky planets going around a center mass? It's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. It's just bigger and smaller. Yeah. Everything can be answered with science, and that's the great thing about science, is that science isn't willing to say this is the foundation on which we stand. Science can change as new evidence is presented and old things were gone. There is pyramids in Alaska. There are pyramids in Alaska, absolutely. You know, just because it was covered with ice at one point doesn't mean it wasn't ever clear. I think, too, what the Earth does is the Earth not only has a tilt, but it also has a wobble. And you got to think, when you have a wobble, sometimes you get closer to your host star, so it heats up. And then sometimes with that wobble during the certain months, summer months, the Earth's tilted toward the sun. It's got its wobble. It tilts a little harder because the wobble at that time isn't counter to it. When you have a weak summer, it's because the wobble's on this side and its summer is this way. So it balances it up a little bit. When right now we're experiencing a hot time because we're tilted, or we were tilted towards the sun, and our wobble was coming around, just like it does. It's an equinox. It's 2000. It happens, heats up, and then it's going to work its way around, and eventually we'll get farther away, and we'll get our wobble that way, and that's how you get an ice age. Because as it's working those degrees, it's 2,000 years to make a full rotation of the 360 degrees. So you can work the increments out of how long it's going to be cold for with that wobble and the tilt during the winter months. And that's where you get ice ages from. It stays colder longer. It's just simple. You're a wobble. But these are just my ideas. I don't know if it's provable or not. It's the simplest answer, and sometimes the simple answer is the right one. And if you could learn to predict these patterns, then you could manipulate the stock market. You could manipulate everything if you knew the weather patterns. You can manipulate the cost of heating oil. You could, sell it cheap when you need to, buy it when it's going to be cheap, and then sell it when it's going to be worth it. It's how you can manipulate any kind of economy if you can learn the weather, because then you'll know what years are going to be good for crops and what years are going to be bad for crops. And again, you can manipulate the economy by knowing this simple information. I think. Weeble Wobbles, yeah. Did you ever see the show Keeping Up with the Appearances? Not Keeping Up with the Appearances. Are You Being Served? And it was Mr. They have to switch departments where they go work in the toy area, and Mr. Humphreys. The Weeble Wobbles, they go down the little Weeble slide, around the Weeble Wobble little merry roundabout, and onto the Weeble Wobble teeter-totter. Wombles. It's not on, Sip. It's not on. It's not on.
What's not on?
It's a standing joke if he's doing what I think he is. Unless he means the TV show is on. Are You Being Served? Wobble Zombies. NHL Zombies. We should play Hockey Zombies, Sip. Hockey Zombies would be great. First person hockey zombie, where you skate around and it's 3-on-3, but there's also zombies and you pull out guns and shoot them. Hockey Zombies. You can switch between first person view and then third person behind the shoulder. And he shoots a zombie and he shoots the puck and he scores. I'm not your pal. Well, I'm not your guy, buddy. Well, I'm not your buddy, friend. Well, I'm not your friend, guy. Well, I'm not your guy, buddy. as is tradition. The prince is now ripping off the princess's arm and dunking her head into the royal pudding, as is tradition. Absolutely.
Life is too short to take it serious.
That's the biggest joke of all. Don't take life too serious. You're never gonna get out alive. But it's true.
It really is. You're never going to make it out alive, so...
I always said, though, the day I die, I'm going to die laughing. I'm going to die laughing. Because it's going to be the funniest thing in the world to me. I think it will be. Oh, I'm not saying I won't be, but I'm gonna go out with a smile on my face. What if you do what then? What if you do what if you do take life serious? Or what if you do get out alive? Oh, if you do get out alive, that'd be awesome. You want a multicolored funeral? See, I wouldn't want people sad. No crying at the funeral. Open bar for the guys, open casket for the ladies. Go out of this world the same way you came in, butt naked. Absolutely. You don't cry. You have fun. Should be a party. This guy, he was crazy. Everybody loved him. He was nuts. And he was always fun to have around. It's going to be missed. That's all we're missing is the craziness. That's all. So maybe it'll inspire everybody to be a little crazier and wacky, and that'll be that's the mark you can leave on people, and that's awesome. And they'll always be able to go back and watch the YouTube videos. Even I don't know if YouTube will be around then, because I'll probably be old. We lived to a good old age around this family, so. Oh, I'm going to have to get into Father Ted if you're already laughing that much 2 minutes in and you're dying. Well, think about this. What if this then? What if this? Let's check this one out. What if? Well, we know there's energy. Energy can't be destroyed. It can only change forms, correct? So, if your body has energy in it, and it does, your brain has electrical energy, and that energy is what we call consciousness. And when your body dies, the energy leaves the physical form to return to a fourth dimensional being. Okay? So you join a collective energy in which your experiences and your thoughts and your individualism is then absorbed, not destroyed, but absorbed into make a complete consciousness. But then the way the Big Bang happened is there was this energy there, and it wanted to experience a three-dimensional world instead of a four-dimensional, or maybe higher. And it took some of its energy and it lowered its frequency, because that's what energy would need to do. Is energy lowered the frequency until it became physical matter, and in that moment in time is the bang. Remember, it wouldn't be a real physical boom. It would just be the point where matter exploded, and once matter was there, it was attracting other energies from its gravity, which is the only thing that can bleed through, which we know affects time and space, so we know that it could. Its gravity itself, just the micro area, began sucking in other energy closer to it, causing it to slow down its vibrations and become physical matter. So it only takes a little bit of energy to spark it all. And it would be, to prove this, we know E equals mc squared. Energy is equal to matter squared by the speed of light. So if we can reverse that, energy is equal to matter, and matter is equal to energy. So that should work. That should work. And it only took a consciousness with energy willing to give up some of that energy to therefore create matter. And there. But that's what's going to be so funny, is I'm going to finally get to know. And if I don't, it doesn't matter. But there. Sip. Only you, Sip. Only you. It'll be whatever it is. It's going to be whatever it is. And it's going to be interesting. But that's just a theory. A life theory. And I wouldn't say, excuse me, my terminology is incorrect. It is not a theory. It is a hypothesis. Because I have neither tested nor been able to show my idea to be true or sustainable, working in a continuous and repeatable model. So therefore, it would be a hypothesis, not a theory. Shut up, Sip. And that's what's funny about Sip is I could hang out with him, tell him all this, and he would sit there and listen to it. And as soon as I was done, he'd be like, blah, 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 blah. You made me sit there and listen to that?
And what do I do?
You do the same thing. I don't. You just say, though, now Evie's just like, I don't want to hear it. Probably. Oh, Sip, just so you know, and you'll be the only one who really gets this. When I was going through the airport and I did this, yeah. Thanks a lot, dude. It fell right out. This carbon. Not much, but I noticed it. And it almost got me in trouble. Waiting for Sip to die laughing at that. He probably is. He can't breathe probably right now. He's doubled over laughing because he knows what I just said and the joke that he got with that. Even if you have to jump out. Jufro. Yeah, but you know what you did to me, and you were like, ha, ha, ha. So when I did this, and a little bit, ching. Oh, crap. Nothing huge, but I noticed it. It's not Jufroed out so much anymore, though. It's laying down finally. Except on the side. The back, not so much. Not so much in the back, but it will. It will. I'm going to get it trimmed up, though, soon. Batcave sprinkles. Sip can be a douche like that sometimes. I don't know, I could probably get away with hiding some papers in there. Yeah, there we go. Oh, they kind of stick out right there. I don't know. I used to when it was froed up nice. There we go. There we go. Bam. Can't even see him. Can't even see him. You're a giant douche. As long as you just went through, you're good to go. Not with those body scanners, though. I've seen those and I know how they work. I used them in Iraq. No, I just look like a... Just do your hair like that. I don't know. Not suspicious. Hey, man, leave me alone. It's early. I'm here. You know, you just got out of bed. You go in your PJs. You look like a mess. Your hair's all just like, dude, I just woke up and I'm at the airport. It's like 5 in the morning. What are you going to do? Believable. Totally. I need all of this trimmed up. And then I'll be good to go. Well, here's the weird thing, too, about light, though. Is light a particle or is it a wave? And the difference, actually, is when you observe light, it is a particle. When you don't look at light, it behaves like a wave. So light both has physical matter and it doesn't. Wow.
Yep.
Gravity is the key, people. Gravity is the key. Just letting you know, gravity is the key. What if one of you were a not space traveler, a time traveler? What if I was a time traveler and I've come back to interact with you? It's possible. It could be very possible. Gravity is a theory, right? But do remember that a theory has been something that has been tested and shown to work continuously in a model over and over. You can never prove gravity, but we can see its effects, we can measure its effects, and it's testable and it's consistent. So gravity is a theory. A theory means generally it's been proven and it works. Like when people say the flat Earth theory, that'd be incorrect. It'd be the flat Earth hypothesis, because I can easily disprove flat Earth. That's the simplest thing in the world to do, and it only takes a couple minutes to do. But yeah, people confuse the word theory a lot. I think that gets thrown around. The Big Bang is just a theory. Right, but again though, a theory is something that has been tested, showing it to work again and again in a model. So we can say though, yeah, we can't prove it because we were never there to see it, but we can show the effects of it and we can test for it and we can get consistent results through models. So a theory moves from hypothesis into, hey, dark matter, into the realm of hypothesis, and the theory has been proven. So it is no longer, you can never prove something unless you're there. So we have to call it a theory. But it's been tested, shown to work. Hypothesis is a word that gets forgotten a lot. And I think the English language is amazing, as we have so many unique words, especially for sciencey stuff. And, oh, you should go back later on. And we were doing some really cool stuff. I came up with some really nuts theories I was throwing out there. Again, excuse me. See, I did it again. Even I do it. Excuse me, hypothesis, not theories. We came up with some fun hypotheses. Hypotheses, I think is plural. But yeah, it's just weird. We have a beautiful English language to describe a lot of sciencey stuff, and people forget the meanings of words, and it just loses its meaning when we don't use the correct words. But, I mean, that's just when we're talking sciencey stuff. When we're out here just having fun, chit-chatting, and being goofy, who cares? But you got me into a subject that I like to roll with. I'd love to know what makes gravity. What makes gravity? What if the model is correct that is? Well, what makes... Well, I'm not sure what gravity... Well, I guess a way to describe gravity is it's just very simple. Gravity is the effect of matter on space-time. So it's not a real force. It's a force when matter is introduced into a void made of the energy, remember we came up with, it is the effect you feel from the matter on space-time. It's not a particle, it's an effect. So I guess the best way to describe it is, I would think it would be something like this. If we imagine that this is space-time, okay, space is space-time, all right? It's kind of like this. And gravity is matter that pushes on it, and it creates... If we're sitting like this and you push on it, it creates a depression, a pull, downward, a gap. And that's the actual gravity. And it pushes on the fourth dimension. And that's why time can be felt through gravity, is that there's a negative side to it. And that's the negative side to it. And that would be the antimatter side. You know, the same kind of effects where we get antimatter. That's where it's stored. It's the bubble that it creates in space-time on the opposite side, the negative effect. Which, remember, negative doesn't mean bad, it's just the opposite of positive. So this would be the negative impression, which creates a positive impression on the fourth dimension, where the antimatter would be pushed against the gravity, the pushing force. It wants to go back to normal, and that's the pushing, and that would be, push is our pull, and it comes through that way. Maybe that's it. Oh, it doesn't hurt to ever throw out ideas. Maybe one time someone will get it right. Well, I'm only demonstrating it in a two-dimensional representation, but you've got to remember that gravity would be impacting. Fourth dimension is everywhere, so it pushes all, which is pushing, which is out and down. It's not just up and down; it's left and right, in and out. It's how it is. Lyrics to a song. What are? Oh, is it? How about the idea that we live life until a loop till we get it right? Oh, wouldn't that be great if you could remember? And if that was true and you knew how to do that, then you could set your family up and you could always be raised as a rich and powerful person. If you, as long as you didn't get it right and continued to, and you learned that secret, then you could be like the Illuminati, and your family would always wait for your rebirth to be born again. And as long as they kept the family money and the money and they tracked who it was, who. See, now there you go. There's a hypothesis for everybody. How about that? You would get stock in Microsoft. Yeah, exactly. You would set yourself up, but you would need others to know this to look out for you and keep it going. Because you got to remember, they would be like 30 or 40. You'd be a newborn. You need establishment. So you'd have to have a family line of people who knew this, and you would want to keep that secret to them so that you would never move on. And they would, but you would control their lives while they're here constantly. And that would be like a monopoly or, yeah, and that would make them. That would be interesting, huh? Exactly. The matter makes it explode. Yep. It's a chemical reaction. But it was just interesting. You know, these are all just ideas, but I still think the idea that I like the one with the energy, that it just put a little bit of its energy into lowering its vibrations, which turned into mass. Mass immediately became gravity. And when it sunk into that single point, there was so much energy pulled to it that it exploded. An explosion caused a chemical reaction, and that's where everything began to happen. Oh, sweet. Well, glad to have you back. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be on much longer. Maybe another 15 minutes, and I'm going to get ready to roll out of here. I've appreciated everybody hanging out. All the thumbs up you guys have hit me up with. 21 big thumbs up. I think we had a peak viewership of, what, like 18? That's great. Yeah, a peak viewer content of 18. You guys are amazingly coming through, and I appreciate it. Sorry again about the poor quality, but that's awesome. You guys have come through in a clutch for me, as always. I hope you've enjoyed some of the weirdness of me today. 3 hours just seems to zoom by so quickly. But it's been a lot of fun. So like I said, maybe another 10, 15 minutes and we'll get ready to get out of here. You just rang my bell as well. Oh, that's awesome. Did you hear it? Neither did I. Don't tease. But it's overall been a good day. This was a lot of fun. I love going live streams with you guys. Absolutely. We're always going to have lots of lives coming up. I like to try to go live at least once a day, once every other day. I am loading up more videos. Make sure you guys go check out the new ones I've loaded. Comment if you find one of my older videos funny. Go back to the beginning. I want someone to go back to the beginning of one of my videos. Back to the first ones. And tell me what you think of those horrible messes. Because some of those videos were just atrocious. And I was learning my way around YouTube. But there's some good stuff in there. Every once in a while I drop a gem, I think. I think The Bake Chef is a series that goes highly unnoticed, and I gave up on it very quickly. But it was fun. It was fun. It's just the weirdness of me. I don't know, Sip, why? You tell me why, Sip. I don't know. You made so many of us. Well, isn't that the truth? To accept that God loves you, you must then also accept the possibility that God may also just hate you. I heard that quote somewhere. I think that was from Fight Club, wasn't it? Vinny's Pizza. Whatever, you're not going to order Vinny's. You're just saying that to tease me off. You're not going to order Vinny's. You won't do it. Wait, it's Tuesday. Yeah, it's not Monday. You won't do it. You won't do it. So, I know you're not eating Vinny's. And every time I come to see you, I'm going to get Vinny's. And someday I'm going to learn how to get myself down there. And brave driving myself somewhere. But no. No, you did not. No, you did not. No, you did not. Well, good, Steve. Go ahead and you get ready to fire up, and I'll get ready to close this one out. You guys go on over to Just Some Guy's stream. Go check him out. And we'll get him rocking. I wish there would be some new people go live. I want to see what you guys look like and talk like and what your personalities are like and the interestingness of all of you guys. That'd be cool. You guys got to get bored of just watching weirdo me. Ha. But, yeah. I think we're just going to go a few more minutes. We're going to cut it off. If you don't know how, if you don't have 1,000 subscribers, you're not going to be able to go live on the YouTube app. But you can always go download the app Camerafy, C-A-M-E-R, A, camera, and F-I, Camerafy. Download that one and you'll be able to. And, yeah. Really simple to set up, really easy. YouTube, you go to the live setting on your YouTube channel. It'll give you the code at the bottom. You copy that over. Put that onto your phone or whatever. I use a phone. It'll work on your phone. At least it's a camera, and it'll work. It'll work. It'll get you by. It'll get you going. I've never been able to do that live with Google Hangouts yet. There's a way to do it. There's an option to click to go to Hangouts. I've just never played with it yet. I probably should just to see how it works. But that's something I guess I should learn to do. Brad, maybe you can help dive into that. Anybody else who knows any info on it, hook us back up and feed us some info if you know about it on the next live stream, and we'll get this covered. But you guys have a great night. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Oh, you do? Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You do it with a laptop, not a phone? I mean, that works too. I can do it with my laptop. I think I've gone live with the laptop once, but it's just not my cup of tea. Later, Daniel. Out. But, well, thank you so much, everybody. It's been an absolute treat once again hanging out with you guys. For all those who stopped by, thank you so much. Thumbs up if you haven't. Share if you find a video that's funny. The shares really help out a lot. Gets the message out there to all your fans on Facebook and Twitter and all the friends and family. And hopefully they'll get a laugh or two out of everything we've gone over. And some of the old videos and stuff. And I did notice I was watching checking out some of my older videos and just going through them and cleaning them up with some stuff. And you can just watch the hair grow longer throughout it. It's kind of funny. But, alright guys, well I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. It's been, again, an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much to everybody. You guys have a great night, and I will see you on the next one. Probably a video tomorrow. You guys wait up. We'll see you.